Bow. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. We back at it. We are back at it. Let me make sure everything is crisp. Everything pops up on all the screens. Big salute to all the people who are popping up. Big salute to everybody who's popping up on all the different streaming platforms. We are on YouTube currently. Let me do a live on Instagram early. A lot of things to talk about. As you can see from the title, Drake may get sued by the Tupac estate, as well as what happened to Moula first. And there's a bunch of other things I want to talk about. But big salute to everybody who's popping in the comment gang strong. Big salute to the people who are popping in on Instagram right now. Big salute to Road to Success. Yo, Road to Success. I am currently on YouTube, so pop out. Looking from far, pop out. Prime Security, pop out. The Real Blow, fly, pop out. We are out here. Ramsey Bankroll, what up? We are on YouTube right now. YouTube.com/We Love Hip Hop for the people who don't know. What I'm currently doing in the background right now is doing a quick share on Twitter. If you feeling froggy, do the same. If y'all got a Twitter, if you got a Facebook, whatever platform that you prefer to do your sharing on, please feel free to share that we are currently live on the YouTube. You heard me? Big salute to the whole gang. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to Dusty Wallace. Big salute to producer B3. Big salute to DJ Czar. Big salute to AGB, to Dawn. Yeah, man, we out here. We doing a lot of content. It's been staying busy. You know what I'm saying? So, feeling good. Double O Baby in the building. Look out for the Double O Baby interview that's on our platform right now. Okay. And like I said, I'm streaming right now on Twitch as well as Twitter, aka X. So pop out. The link is at the top of the chat for the people who are watching right now on YouTube. The link is at the top of the chat if you want to join the conversation. You can cam up, or you could just have your voice and throw your logo up. You know what I'm saying? Big up yourself, chime in on the topics. You know how we do it. But big salute to everybody who's popping up on Instagram right now. Pop out. We're on YouTube right now. Let's get it crack-a-lacking. Let's get it cracking. All right. Let me do what I got to do on my side over here and make sure everything is shared to the proper platforms. We're going to do some Reddit surfing as well to see what's going on in the Reddit scene. Before I get into anything, I want to big up the sponsors, give a big salute to the sponsors. Big salute to Diamond Club. Okay, I got a can from Can to Cans right here. That's courtesy of Diamond Club. If y'all want to get your hands on some of that loud, hit them up on their Instagram page, Diamond Club _Canada. You could use the code We Love Hip Hop if you want to get a discount on anything on your order. You heard me? Also, if you need some of that blem, look at this. Specialized. You know what I'm saying? With the We Love Hip Hop boys there on the logo right there. Hit up Steamin' Hot Grabba. Okay, they'll handle all your grabba needs. Okay, and they do delivery all over Canada, but all over the GTA. Okay, hit them up on their Instagram page, Steamin' Hot Grabba, and tell them the We Love Hip Hop boys sent you, and you'll get a little discount. You heard me? I'm just making sure I get everything shared over here. Torontology's acting weird right now. Un momento, gang. I want to make sure everything is shared to all the proper platforms. Make yourself be seen also in the comments. There we go. Comment gang strong. Let me go through my list of topics. I'm going to go through a What's the Dirt breakdown. Big salute to What's the Dirt. Big salute to the homie Matt over there on the West Coast representing. He did a really great breakdown on the whole Drake AI thing. I want to get into that. Also, unfortunately, speaking of that whole Drake AI thing, the Tupac estate, they're not happy. To be honest, I didn't even foresee this happening, but I'm going to get into a Billboard article that's out here explaining what may happen with that whole tailor-made freestyle with Drake and using the AI of Tupac as well as Snoop Doggy Dogg. There's a few more things I want to touch on. There's a whole story that's rolling around about the boy Moula first, and I want to definitely use kid gloves when I handle this because that's my homie right there. That's the little bro right there. So I want to make sure that when I do address this, I'm not out here being disrespectful to any of the things that have been going on or being said. Okay. So we'll definitely be addressing some of the things that people have been hearing about the boy Moula first. Let me give a big up to the people who are over here in the chat. Big up to Dark Side. Big up to Adrian Wilson. Big up to Road to Success. Kappa Dawn Golden Star. Big up to you. Big up to Neil Davis. Big up to Diamond Club. Salute, salute, salute. Also, Gucci Ghost in the building. Down to Earth Network in the building. Easy Fecta in the building. Jim Rogers in the building. It's going down, man. Let me see. Did I do all the share that I want to do? I think I did. Let me throw a like on my own shit. Let me go to mix up quick, and then we'll get into everything that we need to talk about. All right. Screw that last one. We'll do that. There we go. Okay, so let me pull up some things on the screen here while I'm doing my last set of shares. Big up to the people who are also tuning in on Twitter, aka X, as well as the people, the Twitch gang that's popping up. Let me see. What do I start with? Let's start with this What's the Dirt breakdown. Like I said before, big up to the boy Matt from What's the Dirt. He's been putting in some real work over there in the West Coast. I have a really, really dope interview with him if y'all want to check that out. That's on the channel right now. Okay. We got into his life history and stuff like that. This is not what I have here on the screen, but let's find What's the Dirt. What's the Dirt? He's been blowing up. Holy. Right now, they gone up to 222,000 subs. This video he made on the Tailor Made Freestyle, This Actually Explained, has 421,000 views in 2 days. So he's definitely getting his just due now. He puts a lot of work into these videos. Drake. So you gotta give him the love, you know what I mean? Give him his flowers. What are y'all saying here in the chat about Kendrick's response? Is he responding right now? Let me make sure I could throw some of these chats on the screen here too. Make sure to keep me updated. Okay, I'm going to be doing some occasional surfing through Instagram on this live, as well as doing some surfing on Reddit and different places like that. So I want to make sure that I keep up to date just in case something happens in real time. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick don't even need to respond to Drake's spiraling, literally. Drake's spiraling? Damn. Rough crowd. I thought he was up. Let's watch a little bit of this right here.
Drake would most definitely drop another record on his head, and that is exactly what Drake just did. Now, I'm not one for putting time constraints on diss records. Whenever Kendrick's ready to drop, then so be it.
You know what? Before we even get into that, let me start a poll. Okay? Because I would like to know from y'all, the comment gang, is there a time limit on Kendrick Lamar's response? Okay, let's start a quick poll. And let me see how y'all feeling. What's the temperature out there? Is there, let me take my caps off, my bad. Is there a time limit? Like, can he drop next month when he's supposed to be dropping his album? Can it be next year? You know what I'm saying? Let me know. Comment gang strong. Kendrick's response. Boom. Bang. All right, let's get back to this.
But the longer that he takes, the more records that we're going to get from Drake. Drake is bored. Like the guy's playing chess by himself. Now, in the Push-Ups record, Drake stated that he was going into this war just like 50 Cent, and that is exactly what we have been seeing. Just like 50, Drake is leveraging social media right now to clown Kendrick. He's literally trying to force the guy to just put out a record. And the reason why Drake is doing this is because he understands the power of public perception.
So from what we've been seeing so far since Drake dropped push-ups is a lot of social media. You know what I'm saying? He's been going crazy in his stories. He's kind of slowed down now. And I don't know, maybe that's just off the public perception that he's been hearing. But you're seeing a lot of, story posts towards, Cash and Kendrick Lamar's manager and all different types of stuff, right? So I don't know. He's playing a psychological game, everybody's saying. But, some of y'all are saying he's spiraling. Who said that? Down to earth? And also, if Kendrick doesn't respond, is that an L for Kendrick?
It's very interesting to me to see just how quickly the masses can completely change what was once a very strong opinion. If you asked people 3 weeks ago if Drake had even a chance at going toe-to-toe with Kendrick, they would have let Kendrick mention a dream that he once had or voice changer.
Kendrick, we need ya, the West Coast savior. Ain't gravy your name, it's some hip-hop history.
Oh, by the way, I had to take down that track off of the We Love Hip Hop Network channel. Okay. I had posted the track. I downloaded it from Drake's IG page, posted it up on the YouTube. Actually, before I posted it, I asked permission, sent the message directly to the boy, said, yo, listen, it's not an official release. And I'm going somewhere with this. It's not an official release. So is it okay to maybe just post that up on the channel and see what kind of motion happens? You know what I'm saying? Especially because it's not an official release. I got a response. He said, run with it. I ran with it. Okay. What ended up happening is that I did get a copyright about 4 days later. All right. And it wasn't from the OVO camp or anything like that. I think it was in regards to the sample. But it was just from a company that it just said Sosa. Interesting. X-File sounds.
You deal with this viciously. You seem a little nervous about all the publicity.
And keep in mind, it's extremely clear that this is Drake rapping. Like I first listened, I knew right away. You could tell this is Drake. He just used a voice changer.
Was y'all feeling that AI track in the first place, or am I wasting my time even, debating this? Did y'all think it was a whack track, a weak attempt, or was it very cerebral and strategic? Like, a lot of the Drake supporters have been saying, myself included. And I thought it was a great song. I thought it was a great idea. As you all can see from the thumbnail, said it backfired, but did it? All right. What does it say right here? Black Pudding TV says, we gave Slim Shady a pass when he responded to beefs decades later. But K-Dot got to respond right away. Y'all the R word. She mean retarded? I'm playing. YouTube, chill. Anyhow, let's see here. Using this is from Jim Rogers. Using Pac AI is an automatic loss for Drake. That is what will be remembered, aging terribly every day. Holy, can't throw a haymaker at a guy on the ground. Laugh out loud. Is that Kendrick? Is Kendrick on the ground? I don't think Kendrick really took, and I don't think he absorbed anything from Drake's shot yet. Okay, though Push Ups was an amazing song, I think Kendrick, he's not scarred yet. Some things have been exposed, or not even exposed. Let me just rephrase this. Push Ups is an amazing song, but it wasn't scathing. It didn't expose Kendrick. Okay. It's not something that he said to the point of no return. Maybe like a few, I'll beat you up. You're a pipsqueak. You got size 7 shoes. Your woman may be cheating on you. And he didn't even say that. He said bars that we had to decipher. You know what I'm saying? But scathing, exposed, career ruining, nah, nothing like that.
In the opening line, Drake cleverly channels Tupac to deliver a motivational message to Kendrick. Over the years, many looked at Kendrick as the successor of Pac,
The West Coast
some
savior.
even referring to him as his offspring. Even Kendrick mentioned a dream that he once had where Tupac paid him a visit, imparting words of encouragement.
Cap.
And it's
Oh, you know what I do need to add to my list? And I don't know why I even forgot to add this to my list. I'm going to write it down, and we're going to talk about that next. Kendrick Lamar being an industry plant. Okay, I'm writing it down. Kendrick Lamar, the industry plant. Making sure to make that one of my notes, so we ain't forgetting that. All right, big salute to the source. I got a very, very reputable source, somebody who's had some legal issues with Kendrick Lamar in the past, somebody who has been able to provide me with paperwork, receipts that Kendrick Lamar is an industry plant. X-File sounds in your own head.
a real situation where I was asleep one night, man, and his blur like a silhouette, and he basically said, "Keep doing what you're doing. Don't let my music die."
So Kendrick clearly took this visit from Tupac very seriously, and Drake uses this to his advantage. People look at Kendrick as not just the West Coast savior, but often as a savior of hip-hop as a whole, and Drake is shooting bullets through that narrative. He continues on to claim that if Kendrick played his cards right, that he could engrave his name in hip-hop history. And as we all know, Tupac is well known for having one of the most vicious and scathing diss records ever, which was Hit 'Em Up.
You claim to be a player, but I fucked your wife.
However, it gets even deeper.
Okay, so I'm just gonna reiterate, and I'm gonna re-ask. Did I put this in the poll? Because I don't even remember. I'd be getting wavy. Was that a good idea? Was y'all feeling that? Okay. My first question I have here is there a time limit on Kendrick's response? 58% says yes, 42% says no. So we're pretty divided there. You know what I'm saying? I would say it's close to 50-50 when it comes to that one right there. But what I will turn around and ask the people right now is, were y'all feeling, hold on, make sure I got my punctuations right here in this bit of ditch. Y'all feeling tailor-made? Okay. I can't break it down over here. We broke it down on the podcast, but even with that, a lot of those things on the pod got cut out because of the copyright. You know what I'm saying? I am mad at you, Drizzy. I don't think that you can control all of that stuff, but I'm just letting you know, if you hear this, man, I didn't get a copyright strike, but we got a notice saying you ain't going to get anything for this. It goes over to the owner. All right. Let me know who Sosa is. All right. Let's continue the video.
When we find out that word on the street was that Kendrick was planning a Hit 'Em Up style record against Drake.
I heard his energy is just going to be something that's hard for Drake to match.
Yeah.
They said he's coming like on some Pac Hit 'Em Up.
So with this Tupac angle, he's really trying to get in his head now, really fucking with him. In the last line, Drake alludes to how Kendrick seems a little nervous with.
One thing I will say also about the homie over here from What's the Hype, and I'm going to fast forward this a little bit because we're not going to just watch through the man's whole video. He predicted this whole beef going down. A lot of people are calling him, I don't know, Nostradamus, the Nostradamus of YouTube and stuff. And granted, he did make a great prediction. But if you're somebody who's really been studying the game and studying what's been going on with this, you could predict that this was going to happen eventually, where Kendrick finally takes the real shot after all the little subs that he's been taking at Drake. Okay, that it was going to happen. All right, we were going to get here to where we are regardless. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people who really study the game knew this. He's one of the ones who actually has a YouTube channel who said it. You know what I'm saying? So salute to him.
Not even this guy at all. Stop it.
It was me and Snoop Dogg, had my fucking shirt off in the House of Blues. You gotta fuck this nigga, girl, he gotta get abused.
Drake continues to blow holes in the Kendrick and Tupac comparisons.
Oh, let me go back here.
And the nigga under 5'5".
Ongoing viral rumor.
We need to know the baby West Coast victory, man. Call him a bitch for me.
Drake then proceeds to predict some of the obvious angles that Kendrick might use, taking away potential ammo.
Let's touch on
like
this.
Young girls, that's a gift for me. Heard it on the Button podcast. It's gotta be true.
Drake then.
Let's stop right there. Touche, Drizzy. Touche. Okay. This move right here, no matter how much people don't like this song, okay, because I feel that it hasn't been unanimous as it was with the push-ups. Okay. I feel when push-ups dropped, everybody, or not everybody, but more people were on the yes. That's a solid diss track. That was necessary. You know what I mean? The beat, everything, especially now that they have it out officially. Yeah, perfect. But this one is getting mixed feelings, mixed reviews, let's say. Okay. But one thing that will stand out is that bar that he said right there. Let me pull the screen back a little bit so y'all can see. So talk about him liking young girls. That's a gift from me. Heard it on the Button podcast. It's gotta be true. Okay. Very smart writing right here. Okay, he's addressing two things or two people at the same time. So yes, there's been the rumors, or not even rumors, just like people have been looking at Drizzy and saying the man's been sometimes moving a little bit too close to the age line. Okay, but all right, because I see y'all over here in the comments, comment gang strong, relax, take it easy. When it comes to, I'm not even going to try to explain the man's relationships and stuff like that, but he ain't done anything where he's gone below the age line. There hasn't been any lawsuits against Drizzy. You know what I'm saying? There hasn't been any kind of wild stuff. And I'm not here to cop pleas for the man, okay? He can do that himself. If anything does happen with him legally, I'm sure he has a bunch of lawyers that can eat the case. But we ain't talking about that. Nothing like that happened. So he's willing to take these little allegations that people have about him. Okay. Entertainment said Friday's walking on eggshells. I'm tiptoeing on landmines. But he's willing to take all these different little rumors and murmurs that he hears about him and throw it in a bar. Okay. Like, we don't have to go over the 8 Mile thing. Everybody's been said that. It's been said a gazillion times now by a gazillion people. Oh my God, he 8 Miled himself. Oh my God, he B-rabbited himself. But no matter what you think about the song, this is facts. He's giving Kendrick the ammo that he would have used. So now if Kendrick does use this type of ammo, he better have some real good shit, or it's just deflates. It don't mean nothing no more. Okay. And then the second part of this, heard it on the Button podcast, so it's got to be true. Meaning it's a lie. Okay. And those niggas over there on the Joe Button podcast spew lies. They're not here for you to get the truth or the facts from them. They're there to gossip. Okay. I'm maybe reading a little bit too much into the bar, but I think that's what he means right there. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is gossiping over there. Don't go there for the truth. You feel me? So he took, an extra shot at Kendrick and a shot at Button at the same time. Well played, sir.
Gotta be true.
Drake then makes mention to the ongoing viral rumors that he is involved with much younger women, which was a narrative seemingly promoted by the Joe Budden podcast. But really what Drake means with this is Kendrick is scrambling. Like, I'll call him a bitch. I'll call him light skin. What about the Joe Budden?
Let's go a little bit further in here.
I don't know why y'all thought a nigga was gonna be friends with y'all because he had a backpack. He may have a motherfucking AK in that backpack.
Drake continues to detail what Pac's reaction would likely be to Kendrick's delay. So Drake got Pac saying, like, this guy? They're like, this is the guy that you're saying is me? Like that.
So okay, I'll leave this alone for now. Let me check here in the chat and see what the temperature is on this song itself. Okay, let's see. So I asked y'all, were y'all feeling tailor made? 60% says yes, 40% says no. Oh shit, and it's changing in real time. Damn, it's a lukewarm review on this song. I'm not even going to do another poll on what's going on with push-ups. Okay, I feel like I can speak for a lot of people when it comes to this, that a lot of people like push-ups. It's, it's not a secret. But this tailor made, maybe what? Y'all think maybe he was doing too much? I don't know. But listen, big up to What's the Dirt. Let me see what the view count on this again. Let me throw it. I think I threw a like on there. Yeah, there I go. 421,000 views in 2 days. Let's keep on running up the channel over here. Let's keep on running up the views on the homie's video right here. He's doing crazy things. Let me double check, because I think he might have done another video on J. Cole. Let's do a quick double check. I know he has a few videos that have hit 1 million, but the one that he did right before this is probably going to be hitting 1 million just now. Yeah, the last video was from 2 days ago. But yeah, once again, big up to What's the Dirt. Big up to the homie Matt over there in the West Coast. Keep on knocking out dope videos. He's been getting mentions from a lot of people. From what I'm hearing, or we're supposed to lock in soon, but we'll make that happen. Okay. This Kendrick thing, I want to get into this Kendrick thing here, because I got some information a few days ago in regards to Kendrick Lamar being an industry plant. And I'm inclined to believe that this information is true. I'm not going to reveal my sources, but like I did say in the beginning when I mentioned this, that this person had some legal issues with him in the past. And from there, they got to find out a little bit more information about when he was signed to Universal, to his deal with Aftermath and all that. And that was way before the Good Kid, Mad City album. All right. Now, from my understanding, and let me just do some double checking here. Kendrick Lamar was signed from the Section 80 album. Okay. Can we pull up some information here? Because if that's the case, that's industry plant activity. Okay. From what I remember, Section 80 was an independent mixtape. And let me know in the comments, comment gang strong. Okay. Oh, okay. So he was under a conditional development deal with Universal or UMG Interscope since Section 80. All right. They pushed that album to create his legend and build a narrative. Top Dog, and let me see here. So Section 80 technically wasn't an independent mixtape. Let me see what the temperature is here in the comments. Okay, and I'll pull up some stuff on the screen. Let's see what Kendrick Lamar has been up to. Kendrick Lamar. Let's go find what's going on with Kung Fu Kenny. I really wish that I can pull up some of this information. I have to be very careful with the way that I work with this information right here, because I can't pull up everything on the screen. What we got going on over here? New York Times Magazine. Stop ducking and come. What's this? This is from December 2022. Look at the comments right here. Stop ducking and come outside. You called Pac brother gang. Yo, all these comments from a post from 2022 are hella recent. Are these Drake stands that are in this nigga's comments? Jesus Christ. They're going crazy. Okay. Let me pull up some of this information here because I don't want to steer you all the wrong way when it comes to this, but I definitely have information proving that this gentleman is an industry plant. Okay. So for the people who don't know, a conditional development deal is, they're developing this artist, and this is something that they don't really do anymore. Okay. The development deals, like, helping this artist with their sound, helping this artist with pairing them with the right people, things of that nature. Okay. And when it comes to something like that, if in the conditions that this artist, if things work out from this artist, then we'll sign you to a better or more extensive deal. Okay. So let me see here. Let me pull up some information. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Industry Plant. And I want to make sure I do this without pulling up any on the desk. Let's see here. Just give me a second, gang. I'm just pulling up some stuff in the background here. There we go. There we go. So what I'm looking at here, and I want to make sure that there's no names on anything I'm pulling up here before okay, I think I can use this one here. No. Just give me a second, gang. I want to make sure that no names are showing on these things that I'm showing here. And I'll show you some of the stuff I'm looking at on the screen here. I got some paperwork that I've pulled up here, courtesy of Universal. And this is like 2014 paperwork. Okay. Universal Music Group. The other one that I was looking at, which I'm going to stop sharing on the screen right now before I go to it, because like I said, I have to be very careful with what I show here. January 16. Okay, let me use this page here. I could show this one. Boom. All right. I don't have it. So from what I'm seeing here, this is as of January 2014. If you can see this on the screen. Okay. Give me a second, gang. Let me do something quick, fast. I'm just going to put something on the screen quick, fast. I got to run and do something quick. Uno momento. Let's go to the We Love Hip Hop page and go to our member section. Become a member. One second, my internet's running slow today. There we go. There we go. New Roni interview dropping tomorrow. Just give me 2 minutes, gang. Ask you something even on the more like the physical aspects. Are you like doing some like training before and shit like that? Do man them train?
I work out and shit. I train my voice and shit a lot.
Yeah, cause like you have. It's not like guys just think you could just go on stage and just rap. And there's a big fucking stage. You're running back and forward.
After three shows in a row, my voice is Marshall.
Yes.
Ask this guy, fam. I'm doing everything for my voice. I got fucking all the Vic shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got some portables, inhaler shit, steamer thing that can clear my sinuses, like all types of shit, fam. Like at the beginning, I wasn't doing that, you know? The more I get into it, fam, I'm on YouTube, Google, researching shit, doing voice practices before I get on stage. Like it gets real, fam. Like doing the 1-2 shows is soft, one thing. But like when you realize that, like, yo, this is gonna be your life from now on, you gotta make sure you're right. Because if your voice gets mashed up, you're done, fam. That's the bag.
Yeah. Not only your voice, even your cardio. Like, like demand them like go on the treadmill and shit like that.
I work
start
out,
doing verses on the treadmill. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like real training for the shit, fam. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
Like if y'all ever go,
I'll play my set and then I'll run through my whole set
on the treadmill. That's what I'm talking about, fam. Because like if you ever see the boy, if you see Drake shows, the man's running back and forth on a huge. All right, so let's see, gang. Let's see here. Okay, so let me get back to this Roni stuff. Not Roni stuff. Let's go back to this contract here. Because I want to see when Section 80 came out. So this is January 2014. And I'm going to pull up a screen in the background to see when Section 80 came out. Kendrick Lamar. And let me know in the comments as well if y'all know the exact date of when that came out. Okay, so I got something says released here July 2011. So from what I'm seeing here, this doesn't prove shit to me. But this gentleman clearly told me that he has signed since Section 80 since the Section 80 mixtape. You know what I will do? Let's do this. Let's do this. I'm gonna send him a quick call. Un momento, gang. I'm gonna mute the mic for a second. If he comes in. Let's see. If he doesn't, okay, I'm not getting anything right now. He's probably like, why is this nigga calling me? Holy shit. But we're gonna get back to that. Okay. We're gonna make sure that we don't leave that on the cutting room floor. All right, because this person went out of their way to tell me, listen, man, all the stuff that's been going on with this Kendrick Lamar stuff, it's basically the chicken's coming home to roost. Okay, it's just due. Okay, but this person is giving me information telling me that Kendrick Lamar has been signed since the Section 80 mixtape. Okay, before any talk of him being with the whole Aftermath clique and all that, being the West Coast savior, he was already signed to a development deal through Universal and Interscope. Okay. But let's move on. If he called me back though, we're gonna get back on this. Okay, so now with this whole AI thing, apparently there's a lawsuit that might happen. It hasn't happened yet. We'll go through the article right here. courtesy of Billboard.com, because they're saying right now that the Tupac estate wants to sue, I guess, OVO or Drake. All right. And this is not like some tabloid magazine. This is Billboard magazine. Okay. So Tupac's estate threatens to sue Drake over diss track featuring AI generated Tupac voice. All right. So Tupac's estate is threatening to sue Drake over a recent diss track against Kendrick Lamar that featured AI generated version of the late rapper's voice, calling it a flagrant violation of the law and a blatant abuse of his legacy. Jesus Christ. Those are big words right there. In a Wednesday cease and desist letter obtained by the exclusively by Billboard litigation, Howard King told Drake Graham that he must confirm that he will pull down his tailor-made freestyle in less than 24 hours, or the estate would pursue all legal remedies against him. Jesus Christ. The state is deeply dismayed and disappointed by your unauthorized use of the Tupac voice personality. King wrote in the letter, not only is the record a flagrant violation of Tupac's publicity and the estate's legal rights, it is also a blatant abuse of the legacy of one of the greatest hip-hop artists of all time. The estate would never have given the approval for this use. God damn. And then they just go into him releasing and what we already know. Well, God damn. They sound mad. They don't just sound a little bit peeved. They sound mad. Let me go check on Drizzy's page here. Holy shit. These guys came with the cannon. They said, you got 24 hours or it's a riggedy rap. Let me go check over here on Drizzy's page. Because that's originally where the post went up from, right? Let's go see. Champagne Puppet. All right. Oh, it's still there. Interesting. One second, gang. There we go. 4 days ago, still there.
Illuminati. Does rise again.
Your body like a 12
You can see it in
body.
my eyes again.
When is this article from? Let me double check this Billboard article. When is this from? This is from today, the 24th. I don't know when they sent out the letter, but they're saying that this is from today, not tomorrow, today. Let me see if it's on Hush's page. Still here on Hush's page. All right. Oh, that's the Kendrick stuff. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Well, if Drake still has the post up, like, I don't think that Billboard would be making a fake story. Is there any more that I could look into this? Obviously, it's unclear what Snoop is saying. We already looked at what Snoop had to say. Is this okay, though? Because, look, people are giving a mixed reaction as far as it goes with this whole AI thing and, you know, Drake using his voice. And the family is obviously not happy with it neither. Let me go back over to this article here from Billboard. Okay. The unauthorized, equally dismaying use of Tupac's voice against Kendrick Lamar, a good friend of the estate who has given nothing but respect to Tupac and his legacy publicly and privately, compounds the insult, King wrote. Jesus Christ. A rep for Drake declined to comment on the demands of the Shakur estate. All right. Let's see here. Okay, so on Tuesday, a letter to Tupac's estate. So Tuesday, today we're Wednesday. So, okay, if he doesn't take it down by today, they can threaten legal action against him, is basically what's happening here. So in Tuesday's letter, Tupac's estate warned Drake that the use of his voice clearly violated Tupac's so-called publicity rights, and the legal power to control his own image and likeness is used by others. Now, and they took particular exception to the use of his voice to take shots at Lamar. Where are they getting this? I guess they're getting this from the Tupac's estate, from the letter, but I don't know. They might have a case when it comes to this, because I don't think that they have wording in any of these contracts when it comes to AI yet. I think they're still trying to figure that out. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know if they can really, really, really press that issue in the end of the day. Yeah, Drake might have a case when it comes to this right here. But is it a case worth fighting in the end of the day? What's going on here with my camera? 1 second, gang. Un momento. I'm having some camera problems. Y'all still see me clear on the cam right here, right? 1 second, gang. Okay, we good. Okay, well, listen, man, I don't know what's gonna happen from here, because if this happened on Tuesday, this is 7:00 in the evening right now. Maybe at this point in time, like, this is already probably past the 24-hour time that the track should have been down. But down from where? Okay, even when it comes to Instagram, does Instagram count as an official post? The song wasn't officially released on any of the streaming platforms like he did with the Push-Ups track. So, yes, there might be a cease and desist in the way of, like, yeah, don't do that. But as far as release that, technically it hasn't been released. Okay? This is an Instagram post that the public ran with. Obviously, yes, the Instagram post came from Drake's page. So it's confirmed that it was from him. This is not complete AI on all fronts with all three verses. Okay, it's Drake who made the verses. However, when it comes to this, they might be able to stand their ground on this, but it just might not be a hill worth dying on. Okay, if they want to be respectful to the legacy of Tupac in the end of the day, and they don't want to, be pressing the issue on just some rap beef, okay? Because in the end of the day, it's just rap beef. Yes, there's real life consequences that happen from rap beef, but yes, there is real life consequences that happen from rap beef. And Tupac is a victim of said real life consequences, okay? I don't want to get serious on y'all and shit like that, but Tupac did die. Yes, it was the Orlando Brown thing that happened, or Orlando Bloom. Okay, I don't remember exactly dude's name. Okay, that did the murking. Keithy D's nephew. All right, but there was a whole East Coast West Coast war that was going on based on these guys dissing each other on songs. Well, actually, it did go deeper than that. It is a bad example. I'm sorry. It's a bad example. It's a horrible example. Because Orlando Anderson, thank you, Down to Earth. Because when it comes to this whole Tupac and Biggie beef, that when that happened, it was a little bit deeper than rap. All right. The man got shot 5 times outside the studio. He was thinking that he got set up by Diddy and Bad Boy and all that in some kind of way, or they knew. And then Who Shot Ya came out like months after or weeks after, that really didn't really help the issue. Okay. A lot of people want to blame the Vibe magazine when it comes to that whole East Coast, West Coast cover. Okay. Remember, everybody was talking about the East Coast, West Coast war. Well, maybe not. A lot of y'all might not remember. I don't know. Can't say not a lot of y'all might not have been born yet, but might have been like hella young. Let me see. Vibe magazine, East Coast versus West Coast. Let's do a quick image search. Bam, got it. Got it. Let me share that with y'all. This right here. Is it right here? There we go. Vibe magazine, East Coast, West Coast war. East versus West with Biggie on the cover. I don't like the way Diddy's kind of leaning in on the man right there. It's looking kind of sus. We should have seen that from back in the days. Like, he almost looks like he's snuggling Biggie from the back. Pause. No Diddy. All right. But that right there, a lot of people try to look at that and blame that for the reason that there was an East Coast, West Coast thing. Okay. There was all types of people that were jumping into the mix back in those times. West Coast Connection with Ice Cube, Mac 10, and NWC. Right, those guys, I think they bow down. Right, Joe G said, "Hey yo." All right, so that happened, and then Mobb Deep responded. There was a lot going on in those times. Okay, but this ain't that. Okay. But this is why a lot of people are getting very touchy when it comes to this whole, oh my God, I can't believe it. I can't believe that he used Pac's voice after all of the things that we've been through. Drake, how could you? You're so insensitive. I get it. All right. But at the same time, I do think that some of this stuff is led by Kendrick's camp. All right. I'm going to play conspiracy theorist when it comes to this. I feel like Kendrick's camp might have pushed the issue a little bit. All right. But like I said, there is no official song that's out there. Technically, the boy didn't put out the song. So if he didn't put it out, and it's not on any official streaming platforms, obviously anybody who had it up on their YouTube channel, myself included, probably got it taken down. Okay. And you don't got to worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I got it downloaded. So if he does take it off his page, holla at your boy. If y'all want to, do some reactions or whatever. I got it right here. But let's move on. Okay. Let's address this shit here. Let me stop sharing this screen here. Let's get to the shit. Big salute to the boy Moula first. Okay. I'm not going to go too deep into a lot of the details of this because this is his own business. And, there's just been a lot of different things that I've been hearing, seeing behind the scenes, but I did see something that popped up on Reddit finally where they said that the boy Moula got stabbed. Okay. So I see somebody in the comments said that somebody finally faced him. Listen, man, Moula is a very polarizing person in the scene. You know, there's some people who love his shit, and there's some people who he's basically might have rubbed the wrong way. But I will say one thing when it comes to this whole Toronto rap shit. You know, it can be a dangerous game depending on who you're playing with. Okay. I'm just doing a couple things in the background here, quick, fast. Screw this program here. So I'm going to pull up some stuff here. Let me see. I think I already got this post up here via Reddit. I know a lot of the Toronto blog pages have been probably having a field day with this. Okay. And low-key, I did know about this for a while. I'm not going to lie. But I didn't know about some of the details that the people are trying to say now. They're trying to say that the people who assaulted him in this situation, that he ratted on them. From what I'm seeing here from this Reddit post, I don't see any proof of that. Okay. And there's a post here, and this is from a couple of days ago. It says arrest made for stabbing of Moula first. This is a news release courtesy of the Toronto Police Services website. And we'll go through it here. Let's take a look. So, news release, arrest made in investigation on Carlton Street and Church Street. Also, quick, fast, okay? And I feel like people are going to be like, oh, here comes Friday. He's the Moula defender. I thought you were already Drake's legal counsel. Blah, 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 blah. Church and Carlton, when people see the word Church Street and downtown Toronto, automatically everybody's like, yeah, and man was up in the sus area. Oh my God. Oh, we knew it. You gotta relax, okay? You gotta relax. That's not it. For somebody who's lived around and in the area and all types of stuff, who's very heterosexual. Not everybody who lives around Church Street or along Church Street or any of those areas around there is going to see somebody or hanging out in the gay neighborhood. Okay, so let's get that one out of the way. All right, like the man was on Carlton and Church. He's probably on one of those buildings on Carlton. There's a couple of lower income buildings. Not to say anything that like man had to be in some low income building or some shit, but I'm saying like, you know, from what I'm hearing and from what I know, man went to go check a job, and I don't know exactly how the gentleman found him over there at the spot. Okay, they could have seen him walking into the building. Anything can happen. All right, there's people who are trying to blame some of this on the woman, saying she backdoored him. A lot of things. So in the news release, it says arrest made in stabbing investigation on Carlton Street and Church Street area. Blah, blah, blah. The Toronto Police Service is making a public awareness arrest in a stabbing investigation on Saturday, March 9th, 2024. So this is like about a month ago, a little bit longer. At approximately 5:18 p.m., police responded to responded to a call for a stabbing in the Carlton Street and Church Street area. It is alleged that 3 men forcibly entered the resident unit. Once inside, they began to assault and stab the victim. The men fled the area. The victim was treated or taken to hospital with no life-threatening injuries. Sorry, the bottom part is kind of cut off. My bad, gang. It is alleged that officers executed a search warrant of a residential unit. 2 people were located and arrested inside the unit. 2 loaded prohibited firearms were located inside the unit. A quantity of blah, blah, blah. They arrested this person, breaking and entering. Okay, so they got the guys who they said who allegedly assaulted Moula first. All right, and besides the initial, I guess, assault charges that they're going to have to deal with, there's a whole bunch of other things that they found. She is scheduled to appear in court, and there was one woman in there too, so that's kind of weird. Now, there's nothing in here that says that Moula first ratted on anybody, and this is what I'm very confused about, and this is what I don't like when it comes to this shit, because yes, big salute to T.TV. They have the footage here, or not the footage. They have paperwork from the Toronto Police report. Okay, and this is a still shot from the video. All right, and we'll get that off the screen quick fast. But there's nothing in here that is like paperwork from the court cases. So for people to be getting on the whole, oh, yo, Moula, he's ratted, oh my God, it's kind of wild. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a few blog pages and some comments trying to lay into that type of narrative. Y'all got to cut that out. Okay? Now, as far as him getting caught slipping, to be honest, this shit could happen to anybody, B. This shit could really happen to anybody. A lot of people want to just jump on the narrative of every rapper out there is some kind of superhero. All right. They're impenetrable to beat ups. They're impenetrable to bullets. Bullets just bounce off of them. Ding! You know what I'm saying? Or they take all the shots, go to the hospital, get mended up, and then go to the studio. We back at it. I'm going back on my ops. I'm still alive, nigga. What? Nah, niggas is human. Niggas get horny. They want to go check chicks. It's human shit. Okay? Anybody can get caught slipping. Your favorite rapper, the most famous rapper, Drake, could get caught slipping. Maybe not Drake, but a lot of rappers get caught slipping. Okay? And then getting caught slipping doesn't take stripes away from your record. It doesn't make your raps less hot. You know what I'm saying? It just means that niggas is jealous out here. Niggas is red eye. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is plotting on niggas' downfall. And it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? It's not a W for the niggas who did that to him. Okay, allegedly. It's not a W for them niggas. Like what? So what? Y'all ran up on Moula first, and you took what, his jacket? The nigga don't be running around with $100,000 worth of jewelry, so you're not gonna get that. You know what I'm saying? All niggas really do that is so they can get a video, can get stripes, be like, yo, I did this. Right? To try to take down the person and defame their character. However, if you have to defame somebody's character, that means they have a character to defame. If you got to knock somebody, or if you feel that you have to take somebody's down a few pegs, that means they're up mad pegs. And I'm not here to be Moula's spokesperson or any of that type bullshit. Okay? I'm just calling it how I see it. All right? When niggas is out here, you know, trying to get, like, it's one thing if niggas is actively, I'll be objective as well. I'll be fair. It's not like Moula's out here being the most friendly rapper, and none of his rhymes or none of the sentiments that he has aren't street type shit. Let's just put it that way. Okay? You know, I'm not going to go as far as to say him stirring up the pot, but a lot of this type stuff doesn't happen when you're like the happy rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, Entertainment said he ain't Mustafa the Poet. Yeah, but Mustafa the Poet is associated with a lot of the gang and hood shit too, right? Being from Regent Park, being where he's from, and he's talked stout online too. He's not above getting online and saying, listen, you guys are acting very goof type-ish, and it just doesn't really sit well with my soul. And one day Allah will have his way with you. Like, it might sound nice and sound pretty the way he say it, but like, niggas is getting at niggas. You know what I'm saying? It don't make it okay. So when it comes to all this with this whole Moula First shit, I don't think that it's something that can put an L on the man's career. All right. And I'm not even going to do a poll on, will this sink Moula First's career? Like, we're not here to do that. Okay. But what I will say is that I don't see anything about any ratting or anything like that. So, whatever narratives that have been floating around on these streets about, oh, Moula's ratting, as soon as the same shit happened with Drizzy, maybe not the whole beat up thing and all that type shit, but the same shit happened with Drizzy when he got robbed for the chain, and then subsequently the men were arrested. They were like, oh, look at this nigga, he's a rat. He must have ratted on them. Look, they got arrested. Like, there's no other way that anybody could have found out that these guys are causing mad commotion in an apartment building. It's impossible. Right? 4 people running up into a spot, allegedly, start causing crazy commotion, yelling, all types of stuff is happening. All right. And the still shot that y'all see on the screen, that's a still shot from a video. Okay. But there was a video that was floating around. And I know this nigga's ops are probably like, trying to put all kind of money down to try to get the video for this shit. But like, that still won't do nothing. Let me pull up this interview here. That still won't do nothing. Okay. This is 3 weeks ago. Hold on. I'll show y'all what I'm looking at on the screen. I'll show y'all what I'm looking at. What it look like? Let's pull this up. Big salute to damn homie. Let me see if I could find a full shot. I'm gonna find a full shot of the screen here. So here in this, he wasn't paying taxes. In this Moula First video, or in this video or this interview that I have with damn homie, Moula First did pop up. The date on this is March 30th. So this is almost, and I put it out literally days after that we recorded it. Okay, it wasn't one of those hold on to it for 2 weeks type shit. Okay, it came out literally 2 days after we recorded it. You feel me? So what's the date on this again? March 30th. So let's say it was recorded March 27th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check the dates. No, it wasn't the 27th. It was the 24th. So we did this on the 24th. All right. So I say that to say this is weeks after this happened. I did see a bandage on his hand when he came into the building. I didn't think anything of it, to be honest. It wasn't really a thing that stood out in my mind. But yeah. It's like I said, this is something that can happen with any artist out there. You know what I'm saying? It just they try to make it worse when it comes to your favorite artist, okay, or artists that are more popular. There's a lot of rappers that niggas don't know shit about that are kind of popping, and they take L's every day. I'll say one thing in closing. The only thing that could take a rapper out, let me know what y'all think, gang. Like, as far as reputation wise, because I've been having some conversations even behind the scenes, and I feel like rappers can take a few different types of L's. Okay, you can get your chain snatched, that's fine, right? You know what happened with Moula first that we just went through. Okay, people can get the drop on you, that's fine. You can get shot. If you get shot, it's actually a bonus. Okay, a lot of rappers, like, they get their whole rap career popping off of getting shot. Like, oh shit, you survived 5 shots, like 50. Okay, so even though it must hurt, I don't know myself, but it must hurt. You can get shot multiple times. Niggas got the drop on 50 and then shot him up. Okay, is 50 a punk? Is 50 a, you know, less of a good rapper because niggas got the drop on him in front of his grandmother's house? Like, that's, you know, when it goes all the way. Actually, when it goes all the way is when they catch you slipping, get the drop on you, and hit you with multiple shots and actually kill you. You know what I'm saying? So all these different situations with our rap heroes, niggas got the drop on them. All right. God forbid that they got the drop on Moula and, you know, they try to 50 cent this nigga. All right. Or they try to triple extension this nigga. All right. So I'll ask again, like, what are the things that a rapper can't return from where it's career ending, it's career over? Right? Like, this happened and it was a wrap. Nobody wanted to hear from you ever again. Right? I'll put one up in the mix. If there's anything to do with kids, it's a wrap. Ain't nobody trying to hear from you no more. You know what I'm saying? Anything to do with kids, goodbye. Game over. You feel me? Other than that, snitching, yes, is something that I think maybe it's hard to say. There's a lot of snitches winning right now. You know what I'm saying? You can say that, you know, if niggas snitch or if they testify in a court case or something like that, it's a wrap for you. But is it? Look at Gunna. Gunna's doing great. 6ix9ine, no matter what people say about him, and people try to say he broke, but he's broke in industry standards. He's not broke in like regular nigga shit. He's not broke like how you and I will be broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just doesn't have it right now as far as M's to spend on some shit. But like a couple of $100, like, he got that. He's fine. A couple of $1,000, a couple of tens of thousand, he's fine. Okay? I'm talking about snitches really taking an L. And I'm not putting Moula in this situation because we don't have anything like that on Moula. Okay? I'm just saying, what can a rapper do that really just takes him out the paint? It's over. Career done. Right? I threw out the pedo. That's one. I think that's it. To be honest, I think that's it because, like I said with the snitching, like, these new niggas don't care about that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in Toronto, because we still haven't developed as a whole scene. They can still hold that over a rapper's head. But if you're completely blown up, like if we found out like Jay-Z snitched tomorrow, I think he'd be fine. I don't even think that's a hot take. The nigga has Desi Perez on his team, on the Rock Nation team. And she testified on niggas. She testified on her husband, if I'm not mistaken. You feel me? So, I don't know. Entertainment said, look at Tory Lanez. They're alleging Tory Lanez for, they locked him up, actually. They convicted him for shooting a chick. Tory ain't canceled. He's in jail. You know what I'm saying? But he's not canceled. He has a percentage of people who are very on the feminist side who are like, get him out of here, obviously. But as a whole, I don't think he's canceled. Like if Tory Lanez came home tomorrow, matter of fact, if Tory Lanez dropped music right now from behind bars, it will be received extremely well. There's still people talking about Tory Lanez in a very positive light. Even though he's not alleged for shooting someone, he's been convicted for shooting someone, a woman. That nigga ain't canceled. You feel me, gang? Like it's not that easy to just get somebody out the paint. Right? Ramsey Bankroll said, look at Bobby Shmurda. What Bobby Shmurda did? Is it like the fishy rumors? Moving kind of fish market-ish? Is it that? Or because that's the only thing that kind of, stood out for him. And the things with him, I don't think that canceled him. His little funny dancing. Okay, he's dancing like. I don't think that canceled him because niggas felt he was sus. I think that Bobby Shmurda got canceled because niggas thought it was corny. He turned from Bobby Shmurda to Safari. You feel me? So if he wasn't so leaning into the, well, I'm from the Caribbean, so I could dance around like, yeah. But niggas wasn't hearing that. They seen you throw up the hat in the air. Yeah, y'all was doing a little bop here and there in the dance, but that was it. You know what I'm saying? Give us the gun fingers. Talk about killing a few niggas and let's get back to work. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. The nigga went from Bobby Shmurda to Bobby Safari. Like, geez, bro. Calm down. Too much energy. Let's see here. But salute to Moula first, man. I don't think that he's canceled in any way. I think people have been like him and like any other artist out there, if they can try to find some dirt on you, and something to try to embarrass you, on top of the fact that like you got to keep in mind this is not just an embarrassing thing. Like they try to take this nigga off the earth, B. You know what I'm saying? Like pray for Moula. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That could happen to any of us out here where they catch you slipping and niggas they're not just gonna hit you 1-2 times. Niggas are gonna try to mess you up. You know what I'm saying? And you can get killed from this shit. So YG's posting about it. Who gurked you? I didn't even know that's how you spell gurked. Jeez. Salute to the boy Moula, man. Let's move on. Let us move on. If y'all want to join the convo, hit the link at the top of the chat. Okay, it is pinned to the top of the chat right there. Y'all can join the conversation, and you don't have to put your face on the screen or anything like that. You can just use your logo or whatever, you know what I'm saying, promote your brand or whatever, and get into the conversation on any of these topics that we got going on here. All right. Or if you just want to pop in quick and big up yourself, hit the link at the top of the chat and join the conversation. Let's see here. Let me get rid of a few tabs. I got mad tabs open in this bit of the ditch. Let me get rid of a few tabs. My shit's going crazy. Un momento, gang. Get rid of some tabs here. I want to cover the homie Oba Booba. Let me see what's going on with him for a quick second. I think this nigga Oba Booba lives here now. Let me see. I think I already have it pulled up on the screen. What you talking about? The screen's been frozen for like 20 minutes. Stop this, bro. Am I frozen? Oh, shit. Yeah, I might be. Screen froze. Your browser. 1 second, gang. Let me fix that. Let me fix this shit. Let me switch this camera. Let's switch. I'm going to switch to this for a second. Let me just fix my camera. Let me put something up on the screen here. Better. I'm moving around now. Okay. My bad. Okay, so let me pull up some stuff here. Let me pull up the boy Uba Booba or Uba. Yeah, Uba Booba, and let me see what's going on here, and I'll fix my screen or fix my camera. I'm gonna go into my history. Uba Booba. There we go. Visiting Toronto's most dangerous streets.
Who is this, bro?
Is that a Glock?
Yo.
Where you from? I'm from Toronto. Why you got a Glock in Toronto?
Two-sided shit. Nigga living like twin. No cap. It's like I know I'm going up, but I gotta stay down. Move around, best prices in the town. Hoes on my dick, got my bitch jealous. They say I'm fire, why? I buy Air Force Ones. Shoot or die, pow, ain't going.
You're not giving me no copyright. Let's not do that there, brother. Let's see where the boy's going here.
That's so crazy, Ryan. What is your obsession with James? I don't understand.
It's my second home, man.
That's your second home? Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. It's so funny. Like, your videos are hilarious. I don't think you realize how funny you are. But was the shawarma good?
The chicken was good.
Best shawarma you'll ever have. Have you ever been to Alberta? I'm telling you, if you go to Calgary, Alberta, Forest Lawn, which is like the hood, you have to go to the hood to get like the best shawarma.
Yeah.
Bro, literally, horses look like Jake.
He's going to be going in the hood in this one here.
Bro. So,
let's see what's going on.
In my conclusion from this theory, horses are
They
insane.
say slime packing, oh the city scared, they better run. I was trying to get the dude, but he kept telling his fucking mama, who beefing? I was like Freddy Cougar, in his dream, that nigga was scared of me. Damn snakehead, why you scared that boy? I told him keep the street, I'ma keep on clapping, fuck my ass, I put that on
Y'all
my
niggas just love psychedelics out here or something, bro? Most people like graffiti their tags. Y'all niggas just love mushrooms, bro. Have the mushrooms, cuz. Bro, these traffic lights just be going so fast, bro. That shit went from walk to red hand, nigga. That shit ain't give me no time. Like, usually when the counter goes down and the red hand goes to 0, like, you still got, like, 3-second grace period. No. Nigga, that shit.
Where is this nigga now? What hood is he in? Or is he even trying to go back to a real hood?
Those two different people, I guess.
They look like us.
Yeah, literally.
Because it don't look like he's in any hoods right now.
Clarence and Steph? I ain't gonna lie, that's what the police report said. Clarence and Steph, too. I'm living around here, but, like, what is it like?
I just moved here. I think it's nice.
It's chill for y'all?
Yeah, I think so. It hasn't been like bad in the past couple years, I would think.
Okay. All right, well, have a great day, man. And next time, be more discreet about spray painting on places, all right? I ain't gonna lie. It's giving suburbs. That too was a personification of the phrase "it's giving." Then we had coffee in the other hand. She had latte in the other hand. She had boba in the other hand. Like, what the fuck do I expect her to say, nigga? She's having the time of her life out here, my nigga. This is heaven for her. Boba in one hand. She's like, other hand.
I don't understand what the hell this nigga be saying, B.
That caution, that nigga.
Like, I understand what he be saying, but holy shit, that accent is crazy. What hood is he in?
Yeah.
It's a nice place. It's summertime.
You eat here?
Yeah.
Is it good?
It's like Somali food, right?
Somali food? Never had it before, bro.
I recommend you haven't had it before.
Hickory tree.
You said what?
Hickory tree park.
What? What the heck? I thought this was a car repair store. But instead it's a Caribbean spot. I don't even know what this is. Doesn't it look like she can fix car? Like she can fix car? Like I see a broken down car right there. That's different, man. That bitch kind of bad though. I ain't gonna lie. That part feels like a whole like nigga, it's a whole like strip. Or this shit feels like a whole like new town, my nizzle. Like there's mad restaurants. They got food spots. They got convenience stores. Is there a beauty store, nigga? Nigga, I'm out of cocoa butter. Man, Somalis. They should call this place Little Molly or Molly Town. Like usually I'm used to seeing like a bunch of Jamaicans, straight Mollies out here, man. Oh, nah.
I think he's downtown still. I don't even know why they would name this video visiting Toronto's most dangerous hoods. I'm not seeing no dangerous hoods right now, fam.
It's not my world. Hey, turn that shit up, man. Turn it up, man. Turn it up, man. This place got motion, cuz. I was starting to regret spending that $14 on Chinese food, bro. Damn.
I gotta say, this shit don't hit the same as when I think he's over the south here. What do you got going on here? Who are these kids, fam? Like,
Arms hard, grubber. Who's doing it like that? If you got the grubber to like pump that shit, you're like, oh, one year.
The way these guys pronounce grabber.
Come to me, fam. I have that bun up chest grubber, fam. And I'm trying to bun a split. And I'm about to roll up, though. Mad fuck.
That's how you know when man them are trying too hard. And listen, and if you guys see this video, you just relax, okay? Relax. But you're trying too hard. The grubble? When you go to pull up the grubble?
Kid jeans, fam. I don't know where I got these, like Shein or some shit. My mom got these for me and fucking scarves. I won't lie.
Got the Nike tag. What niggas know about that?
What the niggas know? The Bape too. I gotta rock the Bape. Multi shiesty and shit on. Nike ski mask, fam. Niggas don't want to see it, fam. Oh, 1, 2, fam. You know what I'm saying? We got the RBG. We gotta rock the set, fam. Some real nigga shit. Gonna call me Thanos. Infinity stones and shit. Can't forget about the fucking Cartiers, my nigga. Can't forget the Cartiers, my nigga. You need some gas, fam. You need some gas, fam. Man, we're about to roll up, though. The Demandum's problem. We never have the later, fam. Yo, if you're this MK and you're a catty, I don't know how you're not potty trained, fam. Man took the first roll toe. To be honest, fam. That guy does not know what he's doing, fam.
Oh, fam, maybe I don't know what I'm doing, fam.
I don't know how you're not potty trained, fam. Oh, fam, this part of the block is called Zamo Fields, fam. If you guys don't know who Zamo is, yo, you bun up my kick, fam.
Man, we're about to roll up, though.
I won't lie, every part of the block we ball up in. Fam, you have to smoke kush around here or you can't go on, bro.
Can't be smoking no mids, nigga.
Bro, you're not listening to the head knock.
Smoking mids, you're smoking shit, nigga.
I don't know how you're not potty trained, fam.
Only big guy.
Only big guy.
I'll tell you how it is, my word, fam.
I'm like doing this at the same time as I'm trying to fix my camera, but I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing everything that's happening here. And it's real, but it's not real. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, yes, niggas do talk like this, but not for real.
I won't lie, every part of the block we ball up in. Fam, you have to smoke kush around here or you can't go on, bro.
Can't be smoking no mids, nigga.
Bro, you're not listening to the head knock.
Smoking mids, you're smoking shit, nigga.
I don't know how you're not potty trained, fam.
Only big guy.
Only big guy.
I'll tell you how it is, my word, fam. Don't fuck around with Dot.
We'll walk upon you, fuck you up for no reason, fam.
How about your money? You're a fucking...
Like everybody's masked up here. I heard a few. My mom got me this, got me my drip and a few things like. Oba Booba, I gotta tell you, bro, I don't think that you're pulling up in the hoods anymore. The hood tours might have took a turn for the worse. You feel me, guy? It's we might have to. I'm gonna leave Oba Booba away for a second. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing. But yeah, it's not it right now. You're not in the. I think this might be like Pickering or some shit like this. What kind of building is this here? Look at my youth.
Oh, fam, maybe I don't know what I'm.
Is that the South over in the back? Let's leave this alone. Big salute to Oba Booba. Hey, at least you're staying safe. You know what I'm saying? Keep doing that. Keep staying safe, and we'll check back on you on your next video, bro. Somebody told me in the DMs, like, yo, check on Oba Booba and see what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? Or Oba Bubba. I got one last thing here, and then I'm going to cut the stream short. So this gentleman here, Umar Zamir, he was acquitted of charges after the death of a Toronto police officer. Okay, it's getting a lot of mixed reviews. Obviously, they put the Toronto police officer to rest. But when his family came to speak, I seen it on the news the other day. When his family was speaking out about it, they were pretty upset with the loss of their loved one, of their husband, of father. But from what I've been hearing about this, I haven't been really deep diving into it, and we'll maybe do the deep dive now. These gentlemen, or the police officers, when they approached him, he wasn't aware that they were police officers. Okay, he was protecting himself. But let's go over this.
Thank you.
Because apparently now he's done an interview.
And who was acquitted in the death of a Toronto police officer is sharing the emotional and financial burden he has experienced after nearly 3 years of waiting to clear his name. He spoke to CTV's John Woodward on the same day Toronto's top cop clarified his comments on the case.
That night was a nightmare for us.
A nightmare finally over. The relief written on the faces of Umar Zamir and his wife, Ida Sheikh. The threat of life in prison no longer hanging over his head.
We are so blessed.
I wonder who represented him.
But we hoped for this day, but we were scared that it would never come.
The last 3 years have taken a toll. Police charged him with first-degree murder. He was branded a cop killer, with top political figures, including Ontario's premier, expressing outrage he had been released on bail. After 3 months in custody, he missed the birth of his second child.
It happened. It's a very sad, tragic accident. I just wish it didn't happen.
But the evidence at trial was a very different story. Zamir was downtown for Canada Day with his pregnant wife and young son. He testified plainclothes officers didn't identify themselves as police, and in a panic he fled, not realizing he had struck and killed Officer Jeffrey Northrup. Video evidence would contradict the testimony of several officers. The trial judge, Anne Malloy, apologized to Zamir for all he had been through. Toronto's police chief announcing 2 reviews, one by the OPP of officer testimony.
Hold on, let's go back a bit. So there's the body cam here.
Today with his pregnant wife.
So this is him and his wife. This guy don't look like no gangbanger. They had the wrong guy.
Wife and young son. He testified plainclothes officers didn't identify themselves as police, and in a panic he fled, not
Jeez, the man must have thought that he was being approached by some crazy thugs. Because look at this guy. Look how diesel this nigga is. Pause. No Diddy. Right? Like, these motherfuckers are coming at you. Like, yo.
And in a panic he fled, not realizing he had struck and killed Officer Jeffrey Northrup.
God damn.
Video evidence would contradict the testimony of several officers. The trial judge, Anne Malloy, apologized to Zamir for all he had been through.
So you see where these officers messed up is they lied. Okay. I don't know if the truth would have been able to set them free anyway, but they lied. Okay. They switched their story around, and, you know, they were able to look at the videotape and see that that story isn't how it happened.
True. Toronto's police chief announcing 2 reviews, one by the OPP of officer testimony and another of plainclothes procedures, and walking back his comments that he hoped for a different outcome.
Is that I accept the jury's findings, and we are an organization that's grieving and trying to work through finding some path towards closure.
Ontario's premier offered an excuse for his earlier comments, saying, "At the time, I had limited information. The courts have decided, the jury decided, and..."
They were going in on homie when that first happened. You know what I'm saying? Calling them all kind of murderers and shit.
You have to respect the justice system. Zamir has said it's premature to think of a lawsuit against the police or the Crown, saying he prefers to spend his first days as a free man with his kids. But questions remain about how this prosecution...
I got to start a new poll on this one right here. Jesus Christ, bro. That's how they dealt with you, fam? Let me kill this poll right here. Actually, bad choice of words. Let me finish this poll right here. Were y'all feeling tailor-made? 53% says yes. 47% says no. All right, let's get rid of that. What I want to know is, should he sue? Should Zamir, I'm probably spelling his name right, sue? All caps. Mad question marks. Okay. Should he sue the Toronto police? Because, bro, I know a man's life was lost. Okay, RIP. If we're going to do that, okay, because no matter what, a human being's life is lost, police or not, okay? But when it comes to that, they didn't approach homie and let him know that they were police officers. Man's with his family, okay? From what y'all can see right here.
But the evidence at trial was a very different story. Zamir...
Right? Man's here with his family. I know gangbangers come in all shapes and sizes and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He could have been the leader of some kind of Bindi gang. Who knows? Right? Who they thought this guy was. But
with his pregnant wife and young son.
This right here, is you seeing this coming at you? Crazy. Let me see if I can find some more stuff on this. Umar Zamir. Yeah, I did spell his name super wrong. My bad, sir. But yo, people get it in the chat. Body cam. Let's see if we can find a body cam. Let's see if that body cam video is available. I'm going to do 2 searches. I'm going to search Reddit too. Okay, they're pulling up the video that we just watched. Okay, what's this? Eesh, it might be viewer discretion type shit.
And a warning to our viewers that the images in this next story might be upsetting to some. The trial of Umar Zamir, the man charged in the death of police constable Jeffrey Northrup, continues today. And it follows a dramatic opening to the case yesterday that included gripping video and 2 very different versions of events. So you're looking at security video presented in court yesterday showing a vehicle driven by Zamir reversing and then driving forward. Court heard this was the moment Constable Northrup was struck and run over. Northrup's partner can be seen attending to him.
That's crazy. So he reversed and hit the boy, hit the police. So it wasn't. They had to let this nigga go, of course. But after spending months in jail, the thing is with the system, no matter what, it's going to take long. But when they got the wrong guy, they got the wrong guy. Okay? When somebody's life is lost, though, they got to detain somebody, right? How long did it take them to get to the tape?
Away, the 2 plainclothes officers were investigating a report of a stabbing in the area. The defense argues Northrup's death was a tragic.
This is the stupid shit. The reporting of a stabbing in the area. Can we go back? Report of a stabbing in the area. Remember what we were just looking at over here, gang?
A police officer is sharing the emotional and financial burden he has experienced.
Right here.
It happened. It's
right here. Stabbing in the area. These people right here. You know, there's reports of a stabbing in the area. So we're going to approach these people right here. Something ain't right, man. Yeesh. Something is not right. The math ain't mathing, fam. I would have rather than these guys be doing an investigation on some kind of drug kingpin or something. Okay? Because at least that might fit the profile a little bit more. You know, the gang leader might be walking with his family, with his wife and his kids, just trying to, you know, be a normal individual, might be a normal citizen, trying to fit in a little bit more. Right? Rather than there's a stabbing in the area. So not only that these guys got harassed, I don't know, racially profiled. Like, god damn. And he had to go to jail for the shit. So let me ask you guys again. Let me see what the poll is saying in regards to whether this man should be suing. Jeez, 100% says yes. He should sue. Yeah. Listen, man. Salute to this gentleman right here. Is this more proof that when it comes to the Toronto police, not only do they not always get it right, a lot of times these guys try to do some shifty shit in the end of the day to try to get away from some of their stuff. Okay? Because they clearly did something wrong by approaching this gentleman, and then they try to switch the story when one of their own got whacked by accident.
By a jury on Sunday in Toronto has led to a man being found not guilty in the death of a police officer. After arrival to Canada, not guilty of first-degree murder or manslaughter after hitting and killing the police officers. That's because the whole thing happened in an underground parkade after midnight and just under Toronto's City Hall, just after Canada Day back in 2021. The officers were there as part of an undercover operation. They were not wearing their uniforms. And Zamir, with his pregnant wife beside him in the car and their baby, the officers came up to the car, began banging on the windows. Zamir said he thought they were being robbed. He hit reverse and ended up hitting the officer. Listen to this.
our members, both sworn and civilian, in the Toronto police family are still devastated by the tragic and sudden loss of their friend and colleague.
Perjury from his officers that the police officers who won't comment on allegations of perjury from his officers that the police officers may have lied in court as questions remain around their testimonies. 3 police witnesses said that Jeffrey Northrup was standing with his hands raised in front of him when the car went backwards. That's something that 2 crash reconstruction experts could not confirm.
This is what I wanted to find out.
So that's something that 2 crash reconstruction
right here.
Testimonies. 3 police witnesses said that Jeffrey Northrup was standing with his hands raised in front of him when the car went backwards. That's something that.
So they're saying that the cop was standing behind homie, like, no, 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 no. And he still ran over them. So what? So what? Hold on, let me add AGB. AGB!
What up, big dog?
What are you saying, brother?
I'm chilling, bro. It's a crazy story, eh?
Yeah, fam. They got this guy over here. He had to do time.
Oh, I know the whole story. You don't gotta update me. I already been paying attention.
Yeah.
It's crazy, bro. The one thing I'll say is, first of all, one of the things in Quebec that I've always found crazy is none of the police here have body cams. I know in this situation it was plainclothes officers, so it was a bit different. But in Toronto, like your regular cops, most of them have body cams, right?
Well, there was body cam footage, even though they were plainclothes on this.
Okay, because like I know in Quebec, bro, I'll just give you an example. Like you'll get beat up by the police, and then in the report, like you'll be the one who assaulted them.
He lunged at me.
Like, yeah, like I've seen it, bro. Like someone will say something to them and the cops here know they're going to get away with it. And they'll beat the crap out of someone and then be like, yeah, he was handcuffed behind his back with 8 of us there. He lunged at me and we needed to pepper spray him and tase him 7 times and then hit him with the billy club and stuff. So like they always are going to try and protect themselves. Right. And like also too, like my grandfather was a cop and like I have a lot of it. Like, he did a lot of piece of shit racist stuff as a cop that I'm like not too cool with, right? And like, so like I know, like other people can say like, oh, they've had it with experience. Like I know a cop who's told me, like he's not alive anymore, but like he stopped being racist as he got older and he started like traveling and stuff. And he told me about some of the stuff that he did. And he's like, it's still just as bad.
He evolved, man. But at one point he was probably putting some night, RIP to your granddad, but he was probably giving some nightsticks to some guy's ribs.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. Like right. So like him and like my mom and like her sisters and stuff grew up in the hood, right? And I remember one of my mom's older sisters came home with a black boyfriend and he had like a huge issue. And I remember my mom told me, he's like, what he told my sister was he's never met a black person in any situation other than arresting them. And it's like, well, bro, like just hearing from that, I'm like, bro, I know how racist you were acting until you started actually meeting people and like, like breaking down the stereotypes. So it's like, there's a lot of like racism with cops, but they'll always protect themselves. They'll lie. They'll do whatever to protect themselves, especially when one of them gets hurt, like in this situation, or even worse, killed. Like they're going to do anything to get you. They want someone to blame. They want someone for the family to say, oh, we got this guy. That's like what their mentality is.
Wasn't it the blue wall of silence?
It's even more than that. Like in this case, it's not even like the wall of silence. It's like we need somebody to blame. Like it can't just be a mistake. Like it can't just be an accident. Someone has to be responsible.
Yeah, somebody got to get it.
That's the problem.
So I'm asking the people in the comments also, should he sue?
Yeah.
Right. 91% says yes, and 9% says no.
Well, here's the thing that sucks, right? Because it's all people who are paid by our tax dollars who have made all these mistakes. It's me and you who pay if he sue. Well, I don't live in Ontario, but it's citizens of Ontario who are paying if he sues. So I'm not saying he shouldn't sue. He definitely should. Like Doug Ford is going to have to settle with them outside of court. those comments were crazy. And like to come in and especially to come in after and say, whoa, I made those comments without all the knowledge. It's like, bro, you're a public official. You don't get to come and make comments about somebody and disparage their lives in front of that many people and not have the right facts. Like it's, you know, so he has a perfect case. He should definitely be suing. And not only that, like more than suing for money, he could actually go after them and make them like change some things. Because if he doesn't push for it, none of those officers are going to get in trouble. They're all going to get a slap on the wrist. But if he goes to court and he pushes in the civil suit saying, no, I want them held accountable. Like I care about the money, but I want them held accountable first. He can make things happen.
The thing is, I feel like he's going to do it, but why he's being apprehensive is he doesn't want the issues that are going to pop off after. Like he already got ran up on wrongfully while he's in a parking lot, him and his family. So he's probably scared of the police now.
Yeah.
Right?
What he needs to do, what I would suggest for him is to like, part of the reason he needs to go after them too is to protect himself, right? Like you see how like Rebel News gets ran up on crazy all the time? Well, the way they make that stop is they just actually sue the police organizations. And then what happens is the whole police organization has to issue an apology. And then for basically the rest of the lifetime, if that police organization does anything to you, you're going to pull up that apology in court and say, look, they already had to apologize to me for a history of, you know, doing stuff they weren't supposed to. So you pretty much got them in a headlock from then on.
Granted. However, when it comes to Rebel News, we're not going to act like they're not completely targeted by the police on a regular basis, especially homie with the hat there. I forget his name, but the main interviewer guy that is on the streets.
Yeah.
He got arrested like 4 times in like 2 months because at this point they don't like them. So like they're targeting these guys.
They will 100%. And they'll, if you go and do something illegal in front of them and you're a target, you have more of a chance of getting in trouble than anyone else. But at the same time, it's like you can't be afraid of being a target by the police. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you've done nothing wrong. You need to just stand up and do the right thing. When you be afraid of being the target, that's when they have the power because they can intimidate you. They can go and make cops drive by your house a couple times extra during the day. Do those little tactics that they do, that they sort of sit in that gray area where they can't really get in trouble, but it's not okay, right? Like they'll pull you over extra and stuff like that. But if you sue them for that stuff and they have a history of it, anytime they do that in the future is just giving you more ammo for a lawsuit, basically making them more accountable. The problem in Canada is you can't really sue a cop personally. You can more sue the police department.
The police department. Like I've been in a situation where I had grounds to sue Canada Service, Correction Services Canada, right? Or I don't even know who I would sue. So I'll give you a quick situation, right? When I came home from parole back in 2011, about 3 months later, I got sent back home. Sent back away. Okay.
Yeah, I remember the story from the interview, right? Like on some like crazy, like stupid shit, right?
Yeah, I was accused of selling a gun to another parolee. They said that my picture was pointed out in a police lineup of pictures, basically. Okay. And took 3 months and change of my life away. Boom, just like that. No problem. Okay. So that I can like figure this shit out. I even had to pay for a lawyer, a parole lawyer, to help me when I go back in front of the parole board. So it cost money out of my pocket of somebody who just was not even home from jail completely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I was still trying to get back on my feet. Right. So obviously when I went in front of the parole board, they let me go just like that. You know what I mean? They ripped apart the whole case of the lead parole officer, the head parole officer at the parole office that I was dealing with. They ripped that case apart. They asked this guy so many questions. They made him look stupid in the conference call.
Yeah.
Right? So it was clearly you have the wrong guy, to the point where like the parole board said you might have the wrong guy. Yeah. So I had grounds even when I was on the way back home, and I jumped in the cab after I got off the bus from Kingston. And I told the cab driver the same story. He was like, you should sue. But the whole thing that started going through my mind is if I sue these guys, I'll never be able to drive without getting pulled over and something happening, especially if I try to do something quote
Yeah,
unquote
if you're gonna go after
potentially
someone like
legal.
that, you usually want to leave the city. But here's the thing, like you could do, which is what a lot of people don't think of, right? Your parole officer has a boss that they answer to that doesn't directly know about everything like that happens. If you show up at that boss's office with a paper saying, hey, this is what happened with your parole officer. I have this here in writing. The judge or the people said X, Y, and Z. I'm considering suing, but I'd be happy if you just took care of the problem and disciplined them. 8 times out of 10, that's going to work, especially if you're going to go threaten on top of that you're going to make a human rights complaint, which you could have done. Like, you could have dragged them through court. Like, what they see is dollars, right? So the way to leverage something like that isn't always to actually make the complaint. It's to go to their boss and say, hey, what's more valuable to you, spending the next couple of years in court with me and maybe winning or maybe losing, but definitely spending this much money, or just taking care of this employee that you probably already don't like?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the problem is with the system is people like they have a good way of hiding things and holding themselves from accountability, but like people need to follow up with stuff, bro. Like, listen, I have a criminal record for going after the MP where I live. I have several human rights complaints. Like, if you're a politician and I try and interact with you and you do anything I don't like, I'm gonna ruin your life. I'm gonna make complaints.
You're on their ass.
I'm gonna do everything, because when you're a politician, every second of when you're talking to me is time that I paid for you to talk to me. You understand? Like, a politician's job isn't to boss people around. It's for people to give them input and for them to take it to higher levels of government, right?
True.
So it's like,
True.
you know, stuff like that. People just got to follow up, you know, calling your mayor. Like, mayors hate when you call them, bro. You want something to get done with the police, call your city councilor and call your mayor, because they control the budgets for the police. And believe me, they don't like it when people call with a complaint. If you're calling for something good, they'll answer, but they don't like when people call with a complaint, especially when a bunch of people do it. You'll get their wheels moving because you're going to force them to work. And if they don't work, what you do is you just go put that out at the next election and they won't get elected and they'll lose that job.
We might have to get you into some politics later on in the future.
I mean, I am for sure. Look, anyone, if your city councilor is not doing a good job, the average city councilor gets like 200 votes max. Okay. They usually run unopposed. It's a part-time job and it pays 40 grand a year. You might have to do a couple things a month. Anyone who's interested, if you want to go do a good job and actually do some stuff for your community, you can get a part-time job, get paid 40 grand a year.
Part-time.
You know, a lot. Yeah, it's part-time.
Not bad.
Being a city councilor is like absolutely nothing of a job, bro.
Can you be a city councilor with a criminal record?
Yeah, it's an elected position. If you're elected, you're elected.
See, some game for y'all.
And that's the same with any elected position. It doesn't matter what your criminal charges are. It's the power of the people to put you in. So obviously, if you have some crazy charges, they might bring it up, but they can't like say, "Oh, you can't run." If you get enough people behind you, you can run.
I'm gonna play this here from Kim Schofield. She's a pretty popular Toronto lawyer.
She was top 5 lawyer at one point too, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was actually.
There's some drama there, right?
I don't know. I don't remember exactly why she didn't want to take on that case anymore, but she's gonna break down here she questions some of the tactics about the plainclothes officers.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in Kim Schofield. She's a criminal defense lawyer. Hey, Kim, thanks for your time today, as always.
Her hair is always crazy.
Yes, thanks, Todd.
All right, so we have the verdict. Not a big surprise. This is what a lot of people thought might happen, given some of the circumstances here. Can I get your thoughts, and also just specifically around this issue of the testimony of those 3 police officers, and a lot of questions there.
Okay, so remember this case began with Mr. Zamir being charged and then, of course, applying for bail and being granted bail. And there was a lot of attention in the media about and comments from politicians about the travesty of him having received bail and calling into question the decision of the judge. So we have all of this background, and then there's a publication ban. And then fast forward, we have the trial. And we have the witnesses, the police officers who were present, testifying to a version of events that could not have happened. And it could not have happened even on the Crown's own evidence from the reconstruction experts, the accident reconstruction experts. But what Justice Malloy was asking the Crown about, and what the defense really was focused on is, in eyewitness cases, we often have inaccurate accounts. But if you have inaccurate accounts that are all the same, it calls into question about whether there's collusion. Now,
You hear that right there?
Yeah, there's definitely collusion in this case.
No, but like, it's one thing for like a bunch of people to get something wrong, and they all get something different wrong. But all
It's
these
another thing to all like have the same thing wrong. Well, that's always what it is with cops, bro. It's rare that you're gonna see like when there's a lie from one of them, it's usually backed up by all of them. It's rare that you're gonna see one cop lying and the rest of them are like, no, that's not what happened.
Yeah, but like, it's one thing to be backing up a lie, but it's one thing if everybody found out that it's a lie and everybody's all about, he was over here, but he was actually over here, and everybody says the exact same lie.
Well, it shows the lack of like police need to be held to a higher standard. They need to hold themselves to a higher standard. Like, and when police go and wonder why like the community hates them, and then things like crazy things like defund the police come out, it's stuff like this. Because it's like in a situation like this, you would expect the cops to hold themselves to a higher standard. And even when they're caught red-handed, when it's on video, like imagine if this wasn't on video for starters.
Yeah.
But when it's caught red-handed and it's on video, and they're like, oh, well, we're just gonna triple down on lying.
And they all, when they reconstructed it, they all made the same mistake.
How many people did this exactly happen to, and it's not on video, and they're in jail right now?
Or doesn't have enough money to get the legal counsel to fight to get them free. They just end up having to eat a charge, and it wasn't their fault.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, yeah, either legal counsel, like I said, I think video is the biggest one, because even with good legal counsel, you take the video away. It's like 5 cops' word against this one guy. Who are they going to believe? They're going to believe the cops every single time.
Yeah, if you have a dump truck, that video don't mean shit.
in a case like this, collusion isn't necessarily all of the officers getting together to get their story straight, but sometimes collusion can happen in a way that may not necessarily be intentional. In other words, it's a stressful situation. The officers are talking about the death of their friend, their colleague. It's a traumatic event. So there may have been collusion, and the question is really whether this was an attempt to obstruct the process, an attempt to lie to the court, or whether.
You know what's crazy about that? Like when they arrested him after, he was probably like so confused. Like, you guys are police. What are you doing here? Like, what?
Bro, I could promise you, like, okay, so like I don't claim to be some huge criminal, but I've been like cuffed and arrested many times, especially when I was younger, right? I don't have some huge rap sheet though. So, but I've always been like cool with it. If you arrested me for something like this, you better bring the whole force to arrest me, because I'm fighting all of you. Like, you're gonna have
you're
to
gonna get beat up, bro. But
like, it's gonna be the biggest. Like, if I legit, like, every time I've ever been arrested, it's like, all right, like, you found this, or like it was, you know, something. If I actually got arrested for something like this, clearly where like I might lose my life, and you're trying to pull this, like, there's like, yo, there's gonna be a scene every day. You're gonna have to be keeping me in the hole. Like, I would be going crazy, bro. And not even off like trying to act like hard, like just like the mental place I would be in and how messed up I would be, especially being like away from my kids, bro. Like, and not being able to be there when my kid was born, bro. Like,
and you're not even you're not even doing nothing. You're literally just coming from dinner with your kid and your pregnant wife, and then all of a sudden all these diesel white guys just run up on you and they're like, yo. And then you find out after that they're police.
Yeah.
Because from what they're saying here from his testimony, right, even with the car and all that type stuff, like as soon as they ran up on him and he was like, holy shit, I think I'm being robbed, he just drove off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And like, and I'm not usually the one to like bring the race stuff up, but I don't, like, if it was me sitting in that car, I don't know if they'd have handled it like that.
I don't think so, dog. I think they might
fuck with you. Like, listen, like living in Quebec and being English, like I deal with my fair share of stuff, but definitely like in places like Ontario, like I felt like the privilege before. And I really don't. I think they would have handled it a little bit differently. They would have been a little bit softer with it. You know, not for sure. You never know, but
it also depends on how you're dressed too, right? Because they're saying that they're investigating a stabbing in the area, right? And then that's who they decided to profile, is homie and his family.
Yeah. That he doesn't look like he's dressing like some gangbanger.
The downtown stabber. Come on.
Yeah. So, what are the takeaways here for, let's say, the Toronto police chief, Kim, and also people watching this case closely and wondering what's going on here?
Well, I think there are a couple takeaways. Number one is the justice system is used to dealing with situations involving death, whether it be accidental or intentional homicide.
Anyhow, let's get off of this here. You want to stick around for one more story?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'll stick around.
I don't know what happened with my camera earlier, bro. Friggin', it just my 4K camera just stopped running.
That's right. I've had that once or twice before with StreamYard, but usually I just like go out and go in and it comes back. But I don't have as good of a camera as you, so I don't know. It
was acting crazy. I just seen something here on Rambeezy's page via WorldStar. Rambeezy's somebody from over here that works for WorldStar.
Okay. I'm not familiar with them. The name kind of sounds familiar, but I'm not going to claim that I know who he is.
This gentleman right here. So he posted, and I guess you could also find this on WorldStar. WorldStar bumps into GDEP in Harlem. So GDEP is home now. We never touched on this on the podcast or nothing neither. GDEP is shit. Hold on, I'm gonna make a quick call.
You good?
Yeah. I'm gonna make a quick call. We might have to come. We're gonna come back to GDEP in a second.
Yeah, make your call, bro.
1 second. I'm gonna play this here. And I'm gonna mute my mic for a second.
Yo, welcome home. I just came home also, big bro. You know what we gotta do. Exactly. You already know. I'm still fighting my shit right now, respectfully. I ain't gonna lie. I'm Gusto, by the way. Oh, the screen look good.
This guy, what was he gone? 15 years?
Back it up a little bit. Get my son's his feet.
Yo, it's your boy G Dizzle. Back in the NY Spizzle. You know what I'm saying? Yo, for real now.
Look at GDEP, yo. This guy has got no Diddy. He got D's, bro. Holy smokes. When GDEP went away, you remember what GDEP looked like before he went away?
Vaguely, bro. Like 15 years, bro. Like 15 years ago, I was 15 years old. So, like, I remember, but like it wasn't like ingrained into my mind, you know?
Hold on. I'm going to pull up a picture.
Let's see.
I don't want to laugh at him because obviously he was younger.
Today he just got out on Friday. Is already trolling him.
look how skinny his arms was.
Bro, looks like he has trouble picking up a glass of water. What?
Yeah, fam. GDEP was even this is him when he was when he was getting ready to go to jail. He was like, apparently he was doing like a lot of PCP and stuff like that too. So he was definitely messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he was down bad, but the GDEP that you see now, that's a different GDEP now, man. Like, man was over there doing some pull-ups on the bar and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
He's like two of what he was before, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah. Y'all think? I heard he was trying to link back up with Diddy.
How recent is this? Is this like today he got out, or like a month? Like how recent is this?
He been home for probably about a month. Now when I think about it, because I posted about it when it first happened.
Media like that, then. Realistically, he's probably not super in tune with everything going on.
No. I seen a headline. I didn't look into the headline, but he's something about he wanted to link back up with Diddy and get some money. You know what I'm saying? I think there's no way he can't be aware of what's happening on the streets. You know what I'm saying? Like as soon as you come home and somebody
I need bread.
Huh?
Like he's probably like, fucking, I need bread, and he's probably like not fully in tune with how deep he probably hears about it, but he's probably like, oh, it's some internet shit. Like I don't know, maybe or he just wants money, bro. I don't know, or maybe he was involved. Who knows? Like
I'm thinking myself, like, okay, how many bodies did you see when you were over there at Bad Boy? Like, remember, this guy went and turned himself in, bro. All right. Yeah. He turned himself in for a body that he felt that he had. He shot a man, and then I guess the man died, and he feels that he was responsible for killing that gentleman. Right? So it was weighing on his heart heavy, and he decided to turn himself in like 15 years later. Right? I don't know what he's seen when he was behind those Bad Boy studios, man.
Bro, probably some messed up stuff, bro. You hear what's the mule that got Diddy's mule that got arrested today? He agreed to cooperate.
A lie.
Yeah.
See,
or agreed to work with the prosecutor. Something. Well, he agreed to snitch. Basically, is what the article. I don't remember exactly what wording they used, but yeah, I saw something on Long Crime today about that.
I'm wondering, and big salute to Dusty Wallace. He's been asking this question. Where's Farnsworth Bensley? The guy with the umbrella.
Who knows?
Remember him?
Question. Yeah.
What happened to him? He knows where the bodies are buried.
Why he was, the status he was, you know what I mean? Like to see him in the studio.
Right, you were in New York in the 90s. You gotta get in on this Diddy lawsuit, bro.
I never listen. I was too broke to be around Diddy in them times.
Enough people are there. They're not going to check everyone. You might as well just get in on it. There's at least one person in every one of these big lawsuits. They're just completely making it up.
There was that one night in the studio. My cousins brought me over to the studio. There was a lot of smoke in there, and then behind the smoke stood Diddy.
Coleman, known to his many fans as hip-hop artist G. Depp,
they called him Puff Daddy at the time.
His Harlem residence about 2 weeks after he was released from Fishkill Correctional Facility. The former Bad Boy Records artist made his name and his fame with his hit Special Delivery with Diddy and with other songs. He turned himself into police in 2010 for a fatal shooting he'd committed in 1993 and did 13 years in prison. Before that, he spent many days and nights with Diddy and says he never saw any of the shocking behavior described in the civil lawsuit.
Cap!
Yeah, that's cap, bro.
That's
cap,
you know what I mean?
Sure,
we were in the studio like for months on end with each other, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know where this is coming from.
G-Dep says it was deceased.
Okay. Let me pull back on calling it cap. Maybe he ain't lying, bro.
I mean, maybe he didn't see all the crazy sex out, bro. He had to have seen something. Come on, Diddy wasn't innocent in 2010, just going around being innocent before that, and then after 2010, start all this stuff, bro.
Bro,
I mean, maybe he wasn't that close with him, and it was only something you see on the surface. But I mean, if you were that close with Diddy, it seems like you must have saw or heard something.
Craig Mack, before he died, R.I.P. Craig Mack. Okay. He went to the Lord. He said, I don't know. He had enough. He went straight to the Lord. Same with Mace. Straight to the Lord. Right? Whatever they saw hurt their eyes, and they said, I need God. And they went straight. They born again Christians, pastors. Loon. The man went, did time, came home as a devout Muslim.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people like, and I know this from like interacting in the whole U.S. prison community. A lot of people become Muslim in prison for protection in the U.S. Like I know that, like that's a fact. So I don't know for him for sure, but like I know it makes your stay a lot easier if you're a Muslim.
Okay, we'll give Lewin the pass. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you got a few of the Akis over there for extra protection behind bars.
Well, it's not only protection too. Like it's kind of like being in a gang, but it's religious. So it's like you might not have to go do all the crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's probably a smarter move. Like I don't think necessarily it's for people who need like there are people who join it because they need protection for sure. But like I think it's just like an easier ride for most people when they go through it like that versus going it alone or going it as like a Crip or a Blood or whatever and having to go put in their work, you know?
And you're going down a righteous path in the end of the day. So
yeah, exactly. Especially if you're following like the Quran and stuff like that. Most of the shit it says in there is like, you know, you're gonna live a good life if you follow by those rules.
But besides the ones that went straight to, you know, religion or, you know, started getting super spiritual, everybody else is dead except for the Locks. The Locks is like the only surviving members of the old bad boy team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, when you get too close with like demonic shit like that, bro, they're gonna pull you down if you don't find the Lord, bro. That much I'll say. If you go get involved with some heavy, deep shit like what Diddy was in, bro, and you don't find your righteous path out, it's gonna sink you. You know?
Yeah. Listen, man. He's saying that he ain't seen nothing. Okay. We're gonna have to go with what he's saying. He seems like he's look from the pictures or on the man on the screen right now. He looks like a way more clear-minded, way more lucid version of G-Dep that we've seen back in the days. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, if he was doing, I mean, anyone who was doing PCP, bro, you're not clear-minded. Like, who knows what was going through his head or what he did or didn't see or even remembers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you say he's still getting PCP flashbacks.
No, not necessarily, but like from what I know, like I don't have experience doing PCP, but like from what I know about it, like bro, you could just like black out like whole big periods of time and have all kinds of shit go on and like wake up and not remember, you know? So maybe he legit doesn't remember, or like, you know.
Yeah. Yo, listen, man, salute to G-Dep, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's see if him and Diddy can get some money back together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Diddy, send this man some money, bro. He deserves it.
Send him a bag, bro.
Give something to him. He could probably sue you for something, Diddy.
His money might be a little tied up in legal fees right here.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I'm waiting for a phone call for right now. It's basically on Kendrick Lamar being an industry plant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I got some information about Kendrick being an industry plant from an individual, and what he was saying is that he was signed from the time that the Section 80 mixtape came out. Do you remember the Section 80 mixtape? I'm gonna see if I could pull it up on my Spotify.
Like, not as well as probably some people a little older than me do, but yeah, no, I remember it.
Right now,
like list you off all the tracks, but yeah. I didn't know he was signed back then.
Well, it says here Top Dog Entertainment / Section 80. Okay, and I'll pull up on the screen what I'm looking at.
Does it say what kind of deal it was, or like what they had going on, or?
Well, at that point, they might have been independent, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is this? Here we go. Bong. You can see that on the screen. All right, so if I go to the Section 80 to down here, July 2011, Top Dog Entertainment / Section 80. Okay, now if I go to, let's say, the most recent album, you scroll down all the way to the bottom, PG Lang, Top Dog Entertainment, Aftermath, Interscope Records. Let's see, Good Kid, Mad City, which is his official first album, 2013, Aftermath / Interscope Records. Okay. So there's something different in the first album, the Section 80, where you see this is just Top Dog Entertainment, right? His original Top Dog and those guys over there, the guys from his neighborhood, and Section 80, which is basically the name of the mixtape, or maybe a label that he had at the time. So this is supposed to be assumed to be an independent release. You understand what I'm saying? And you understand, you know what an industry plant is, right? You're muted.
Yeah, an industry plant is just basically someone who the industry takes and says, "Oh, we're gonna make this person a somebody," before like they have any real background or anything really foundation to stand on. They just sort of come in and appear.
Exactly. And when it comes to stuff like this, like the reason why people have an issue with industry plants is because it gives people a false sense of you can do it too. All you have to do is just be talented enough, make sure that you bump into the right people, make the right connections, and you too can be the top rapper in the game. Not knowing that the industry's been working on your shit from like before. And the thing is, from the information that I received, is that he was in a development deal. So they were developing him as an artist from back when the Section 80 album came out.
Yeah, that sounds like he might be a bit of an industry plant. I mean, I'll be honest, personally, like definitely someone who's an industry plant versus someone who came from like completely their own thing. Like the person who did it themselves definitely gets a little bit extra respect. But I mean, even if you're an industry plant, like you have to put out good music or people aren't going to fuck with you.
This is true.
You know what I'm saying? Like if Kendrick was just putting out bad music this whole time, I don't think he'd really still be in the picture, So it's like, I guess it does sort of shade your name a little bit, but it's like at the same time, it's like if you're putting out good music, you're putting out good music,
Yeah, like they say, well, okay, who else has been accused of being an industry plant and has really been one?
I think Ice Spice is a bit of an industry plant.
You think so?
I don't know, like 100%. I think her first song, like her first few tracks might have been more natural, but the one that really blew up, I think, had a little bit of a push from the industry, or like, someone had heard it before and sort of put it in the right place at least.
So by the time Munch came out, you're saying that she was already signed, even though they were trying to push to us like she came out independently with Munch.
I mean, I'm not saying 100%. I don't claim to know, but like I could see it being like that. Like I could see with what she had coming out, like someone saying, "Oh, if we get her like the right tune, the right ghostwriter, and pop out the right song, we've got a star,"
Yeah.
And I mean, she does live in New York. That's always an advantage. It's like, if someone blows up that big and you're from Montreal, you're probably not an industry plant, but being from New York, at least, you're closer to the type of people that could actually do that type of stuff.
No, it definitely gives you an upper hand, an advantage. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But like with Kendrick Lamar, if he is an industry plant, even like what you just said, like, does that change things? You know what I'm saying? Does that take away his accolades?
Didn't he take a shot at Drake for being on a label?
Well, that's the thing that everybody's been getting at. Like, there's been a whole rumor around Drake, quote unquote, owning the music industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he has all these, he has some master deal where he gets to own a bunch of the music industry. And I've even heard other rumors where people are saying he bought this person's masters, that person's masters, a la Michael Jackson type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't doubt it. When you're bigger than the Beatles, you could do that type of stuff. Like, who knows?
Right? So maybe he's very favored in the industry. But even with Drake, when he first came in, he had the cosign of Lil Wayne. Right?
Yeah. You could, in a way, call that an industry plant because he came from Degrassi. And then, like, so he did do like a lot of mainstream stuff. And I'm sure wherever he went from Degrassi, his agents and stuff like that for sure helped. And then, so yeah, I guess you could kind of put that on Drake too in a way. But I'll say the same thing with Drake. It's like you could put anyone in that position if their music's not good. you're gonna be a failed industry plant.
Yes.
And there are those, like, you know, they're hard to think of because they don't usually stand out very much, but there are people who they try and make an industry plant and they just fail.
Look at Bad Bobby. Like,
Yeah.
well, she didn't fail per se because she did sell hella records. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't flop, but like
she had
she
like
wasn't.
her period of time, and it's not really like going like that anymore.
Yeah, she wasn't taken seriously. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, exactly.
1 second. I'm sending a link over to this gentleman right here. No video. Because the thing is with this, it's like a wild allegation to be putting on somebody that they're an industry plant. But like, I need to see some kind of substantiated proof that, you know, that's true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. You need the proof, because for me it doesn't really bug me, but I do understand why people hold it against certain people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and especially like certain artists will hide it. You know, like I think where I give credit to Drake is like everything he's done, like from being on Degrassi to all that stuff. It's out in the open. Everybody knows it, or you can find it on Google pretty easily. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a secret that he was, you know, working with Lil Wayne and all them for so long and all the things he did, you know? So, but then like there are some industry plants where it's like they'll go to their grave trying to hide it.
Yeah. While I'm waiting for this gentleman to call, let me double check and make sure that he didn't pop up on the bottom here. I'm just doing a quick surf through the Reddit. But yeah, man, it just I wish I just looked at my DMs just now and I seen that the homie responded. And the thing is, these are just wild allegations to be putting on people these days, because Kendrick's in the middle of a rap beef, bro. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have been questioning this man's character. So if that's a thing that starts going out into the streets, that this guy's an industry plant, like, but it's not like some just conspiracy theory type shit, and it's just for real, I don't know, bro. It might be a KO for him, man.
Yeah, it definitely in the position he's in. If that comes out on him, like it might be lights out for him in the beef.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I still give credit to people who you're an industry plan as long as your music's good, but there's still a little bit of a slight on your name. You know what I'm saying? You still didn't do all the same work to get there, and like I don't feel like, you know, I feel like Kendrick, if it's true, has never like tried to allude to it. He's always tried to like hide it if it's true, you know?
Yeah, but he barely says anything anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Kendrick Lamar don't really speak too much, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I can change this here.
Wasn't it him who had that concert where all those people got sent to the Lord?
Or you might be thinking about Travis Scott.
That's Travis Scott, yeah. I always get them two mixed up. I don't know why sometimes. I'm thinking of
Kendrick Lamar and Travis Scott.
I get random people weirdly mixed up sometimes. I always have to double check.
Yo, you know what? While we're waiting for homie to pop up here, I'm gonna look for a video here for Kendrick Lamar, but we should tell people what's going on coming up in the next few days, man.
Yeah, well, you want to tell them? You want me to? How you want to do it?
Put them on, and what the channel and what you've been up to over there with Pino and stuff.
So for, let's say, pretty much all of this year, since like December, I've been working with Pino. For those of you who don't know him, he's a prison YouTuber, but we've been sort of branching out into other things. He's got quite a bit of subscribers. His channel does about 1 million views a day between the shorts, the lives, and the long form content.
That's crazy.
And, we're almost at 350K subs over there, and you know, Friday nights we're gonna be having the Friday show, and it's gonna be hosted by your man Friday right up here. He's gonna pretty much have creative control of the show. Obviously, like there's some limits, but it's gonna be up to him who he wants to bring on, what he wants to talk about. Obviously, we want to, you know, get his perspective on some hip hop stuff. I'm assuming that's what he's gonna want to do, but yeah, he's gonna have a show over there, so you know, it's going to be a way for us to start merging the two audiences and, you know, hopefully bring some of that American traffic over to We Love Hip Hop, because, you know, that's part of why you guys haven't seen me do many interviews over here this year, is because I've been doing a lot of work on American networks and trying to, like, you know, bring some of that wave over here and build my brand at the same time.
Oh man, salute to you and salute to Pino, man. Yeah, man. What I plan on doing is, like, you see on these lives how I cover a bunch of topics in one session. Like, I want to deep dive into like 1 to 2 topics tops on
I think that'll be
these
dope.
lives.
I think
You know what
that'll
I'm
be
saying?
dope, bro. Because what we're trying to get to a point where, like, give or take 5 days of the week, we have a show going, right? So me and Pino can only do like so much. Like, we do a couple lives a week, but we want to get it to, if possible, even every day where there's a show going, you know? Because with the vertical lives now, bringing the viewers over from the shorts, it's like, you know, it's been such a boost for us, because for so long, I'll keep it real. We were going live at the beginning of the year, and we were happy to get 200 people in the live. That was like a good live. But as soon as the vertical thing came out, a good live now is like, you know, we're happy once we get past 1,000 people. You know, if we sit at 600 to 800 a live, that's, you know, pretty normal, you know? So it's like the numbers really went up. So it's like, you know, like, let's try and build a team over here and start building a bit of a network and, you know, branch out with the content.
Now, for the people also in the audience, do y'all think you'll be down to see some of that vertical content? Like, for example, I know a lot of y'all are watching this, let's say on a smart TV, you know what I'm saying? But there's also a big percentage of people who watch this on the phone. Okay. So, you know, let me know in the comments if y'all want to see, like, and that's like the vertical content that you're talking about. Is like, it literally looks like how a TikTok video would look.
Yeah, exactly. So like, the vertical lives, they don't look as good. Like, I'm on my PC right now. They don't look as good on PC, but they fit perfectly onto a phone. So it's like, it's sort of like a trade-off, right? So it makes sense. Someone who's watching shorts is usually watching them on their phone. They're not usually, people watch them on the computer, but most people that watch shorts are flicking through them on their phone. So they're bringing the people from the phones over there, and then sort of keeping the bigger content like this to look nicer on the PCs and the TVs and stuff like that. But it's definitely worth to like do both and see how it goes, because you do shorts and you get views on your shorts, and it'll bring different people over, you know?
No, for sure. I just don't know if people, like, because we're also a long form content channel, like we got a lot of people who tap into our like full episodes. You know what I'm saying? So is it like, you know, will people be able to make that transition from watching us in a full episode to watching a full live and everything's vertical? You know what I'm saying?
I don't think, like, I think people, like, I don't think people have a whole problem going from the vertical to this, because everyone's already used to it like this. I think where people actually do have some trouble is when you go from this to vertical, because then they see it all different. It looks weird to them sometimes. But I honestly don't think if you're going like the other way, I don't think like it really matters, because this format people are used to. You know what I'm saying? This is what lives have always been. And I think with the vertical thing, there's still a few things they need to update. Like, the one thing I'll say, when you go vertical, instead of just being able to push like, you have to push the 3 dots at the top, and then the thing comes down, and then you can push like there. That's something they need to fix. It needs to be just a like button you could push.
They got to put that like right on the screen or some shit.
Exactly. So they're still working out a few bugs with the vertical lives, because even me and you hear that right away. We know, okay, that's going to lose some likes because people don't want to push the 3 dots and go there. They want to just press the like on their screen. They don't want to have to go through the extras. There's little things like that they're still working on, but you know, TikTok might get banned, so the short form content's only gonna be expanding.
I seen that, man. You know what's kind of sad? Like I've been live for about 2.5 hours now, and I'm talking to the homie in the background right now, waiting for this phone call. But what's been sad is I reported on one Toronto story, but I feel like the Toronto scene, and let me know if you agree with this, the Toronto scene is dying, B. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, like especially since like top 5, because and I'll give credit to Top 5 for this, even if it was for some negative shit sometimes. He was always in the headlines. There was like, if he was there was interesting stuff going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the whole city relevant, I think.
Hold on.
Yeah, go.
Yo,
what one?
there.
Yeah, yeah, man.
So listen, man. And I'm not gonna, you keep the screen how you want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to keep you anonymous.
It's all good. You don't have to do that. It's just I'm in the car right now, and it's sun is down, so it's like you can't see me at all. I can see YouTube, but you can't see me. But I'm not afraid of anything or whatever. So.
Jeez. Man, like Jonathan Emile in the building. Okay, is that how you pronounce it, Emile?
Yeah, Jonathan Emile. Yeah.
Now, for the people who don't know, I sent this gentleman a video from Hello Yassine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm getting some feedback over there. Do you have the video playing?
Yeah, I don't have video. I'm on video, but
that might have been me. I think I unmuted where I was playing. Yeah.
Okay. We good. All right. So I sent you a video from Hello Yassine, and Hello Yassine was breaking down in the video how Kendrick Lamar jerked you out of a tune, or maybe not even Kendrick Lamar, Top Dog in that.
Yeah.
Now, can you explain that to us? Just like give us a quick breakdown, like the elevator version of what happened.
I mean, it's the stuff is pretty well documented. I before I put out my first album, I did a whole bunch of collaborations. I did one with Merce, I did one with Buckshot, and also did one with Kendrick. And this was late 2011, early 2012. And then I got those features and continued working on the album. And then I was ready to put out the album in 2015. Because you know how it is. You like have to shop to different labels and do the investor relations stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When I was ready to put it out, I let their camp know that the song was coming out, and then basically Top's like, yo, I don't remember, whatever, which is funny because I'd been going back and forth with his lawyers for like a while, and he's like, all right, let me get back to you. I was like, okay, well, the song's coming out in like a week and a half, so you should link me and let me know what's going on, because DSPs and everything. So
and sorry, not to interrupt you. What year was this?
That was 2015, January 2015. So like I finished the album in like end of 2012. I got the first features first and finished the album like late 2012. So then 2 years later, when I was ready to release the album, which is like standard, like it's my first album, I have to get the funding and get everything right and get it mixed properly, whatever, it takes a while. The lead single was the Heaven Help Them tune with Kendrick, some other like local people that I had feature on a cut too, like people who played instruments and stuff and whatever. So when I put it out, when I let them know, we let them know, the management, we let each other know that the track was about to drop and stuff. And then he's like, let me get back to you. And then he never got back to me. So I was just like, all right, well, I guess it's no big deal to these guys. And then the track dropped. And then he's like, hey, you better take the track down. Like he did his whole like discount Debo thing, like where he tried to threaten me like that. He's just like, hey, yo, you don't know who you're talking to, is Top Dog. I'm just like, hey, yo.
Whoa.
This record was approved, feature was purchased, feature was the entente was before you claim to have been signed to Interscope, before your deal came through. So I don't see what the problem is. Can you explain to me like what the deal is?
Rewind that, bring that back again. I need to understand the before he was signed to Interscope part of this.
Well, I mean, I was dealing with TDE at the time, right? Because the collab, it was we reached out, cold email to TDE. We did the feature, we secured the collaboration. They told me it was gonna be no problems. They're like, okay, just deal with the lawyers or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, within that window from the beginning of 2012, I think got signed in the spring or something like that of 2012. So that was the beginning of like his sort of move to the umbrella. That was before like Coronation, you know, like when they got all the man them on stage, be like, oh yeah, they're future hip hop or whatever.
Yeah.
That was right before then. I was like, okay, you know.
And also, just to give you some more context, also,
yeah,
he we're looking at the Section 80 mixtape, and that was just Top Dog Entertainment Section 80. That was 2011.
yeah. So they say, yeah, man.
Okay, so continue.
So I mean, the story's not that complicated. I put out the song, and then he decided that he wanted me to unpublish the song. I'm just like, yo, it's the internet. Like, way I deal with it, you know, it's out. Like, what do you want? How am I supposed to take this down? UMG is gonna take it down. Interscope's gonna take it down. I was like, well, why would they take it down if it was like a deal that we did before you guys were signed to the label then? Right? And he's like, what'd you say? I was like, well, why would we take it down if you guys didn't have a deal at the time and the deal was between you and me? It's like, Interscope is gonna take it down. You're doing bad business. You need to humble yourself, young. Like, you know how the man them talk to people, you know, because I'm a small independent guy. You know?
And you're from Canada.
And I mean that means something to Americans. Yeah, like these borders.
Yeah, they always gotta bully the Canadians. Fuck.
Yeah, they pretend like the border like stops black culture somehow. Whatever. I don't even know what that is. Anyways, so he was talking to me like this. I was like, listen, we had a deal before. If you don't want me to put out a record, you have to compensate me and give me back the money that I spent on this. I don't know who you're talking to. He did his like, you know, diet, sugar-free, sugar night shit, and he tried to like shit me down. I was like, Reggie, like the track is out. I'm gonna fulfill the agreement the way it is. You know, if you have an issue with it, then I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
And how much did you pay for the track?
For the feature only?
For the feature.
Feature is like, I don't know, it's like 10 G's or something like that.
10 G's.
And then, I mean, back then it was like blood clot. Yo, now tell you, Reggie, 10 G's back then for me was like a serious situation. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a serious situation now. I don't care how much money you have.
Yeah, and I mean, even back then, 10 G's, even like, just with inflation, was a lot more than 10 G's now.
We're in a recession, my nigga. What the? Come on, bro.
Well, yo, like it was a significant investment, but also just like time and energy on my part. And you know, for me, it was just like I didn't understand what the situation was or what the reason was. You know, like if they didn't like the track, that's fine. You know, just refund me, whatever. Or if you want different, at least let me know. Please don't put up the track.
Yeah.
But you know, of course, they were handling other business. Maybe they didn't think it was gonna bust like it did. But anyways, I put the track out and it went viral and whatever. And you know, and then he summoned the overlords of UMG and Interscope to try to scrub it from the internet. That's it. So.
Ooh. So, and the thing is with that, I guess he was allowed to get UMG to do what they needed to do because this is post him being signed.
Nope, they weren't allowed to do it. I sued them.
Yeah, they're technically not allowed to do that, but they still will because they can go by the rules of the platforms and not by the law. You'd actually have to take them to court to hold them accountable.
Look, I mean, they control the platforms, right? Look at
exactly
Spotify and all these type of people, them, right? There are major shareholders. I mean, like the whole thing is a cartel. Like I'm not innocent. I know how the thing works, right? So the whole, so you know, if UMG lawyer call the DSP and tell them take down something, or they call you tell them take down something, they're gonna be like, okay, why? Like we know where our revenue comes from, and we know who our strategic partners are, right? So this whole play shit is nothing new. It's been going on since the 50s, right? You know, they just, you know, put legislation and they find a way to work around it. So, I mean, like he has the whole industry mechanism behind him. So the song came down. I took him to court and then it got reinstated. But, you know, that was done. Like the whole release of my first project was torpedoed. So whatever, I just move on and continue making music. That's it.
Yeah, and they basically they deaded the momentum from the song from it coming down and having to go back up like more than a year later.
Yeah.
Plus, you got some money back from it too, at least.
No, I didn't get no money back. My name never paid me.
And they probably shadow banned it too on top of everything.
Of course, they control the whole mechanism. It's not like a conspiracy. That's just how it works.
No, it's exactly how it works.
it's not like a boogeyman type situation. It's like, no, I pissed off the wrong people because I didn't move the way that they wanted me to move. You know, they didn't want to honor the deal, and I was like, Reggie, you're gonna have to compensate me or do something.
Yeah.
So like put it on paper, because last time we had something on paper, last time we transacted, you didn't honor the agreement. So anyways, for me, it's like I didn't want to waste my life and my talent, my energy on that. So I just continued doing what I was doing, and then, you know, just move on. You know? But it certainly taught me a lesson about the structure and what you can do and what you cannot do as an independent artist in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Connections go a long way.
Facts.
Everything.
So now, why is there a belief that Kendrick is a industry plant?
Is there well, I mean, he is an industry plant. I mean, for
I'm
real.
about to mute my mic for like a minute. A train's about to come by.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, he said he's going to mute his mic for a second for the train. Go ahead, brother.
Think about it. One define an industry plan. Something that has the whole industry machinery mechanism before them, is somebody who has a development deal before they claim that they're signed, and something that serves to the public in a way that, you know, the focus groups and the product marketers and the lawyers and the investors think is something that should be done. I personally, you have to speak to different people, but he was under a development deal during Section 80. And when he dropped Section 80, that did very well on iTunes and stuff like that. But this stuff doesn't really happen by accident, you know? If it happens by accident, it's the artist that comes out of left field. Like, you know, obvious comparison is Drake. I don't think there's anybody in the world that could have predicted a skinny boy from like Canada was going to be the top rap phenomenon for like of all time, right?
Facts.
These companies, they pick their winners, and it's like capital outlay. What they put their money into, they're going to get it back, right? So he had all the necessary backing. He had all the connections. He had everything, the look, what they wanted to do. They want to make black pro-black cool. So they did Wakanda Forever, and they did Kendrick Lamar, and then they just pushed him, right? That was the time that we're in. I saw it go. He had the best, he had the worst deal and the best deal possible, right? So he had, you see the numbers at top of range for him. It's like, you know, it's common knowledge in the game that like he has a shit deal. But you know, his whole, you know, career is built on maintaining this legendary status. You know, this is not to discount the quality of the work that he does, but that's basically his brand, legendary. Whatever happens to his career, they can profit off of it forever because, you know, he's the one. You know.
So AGB, you have any questions for Jonathan about this?
No. I mean, I just missed that last little 2 minutes there because of the train. I only caught bits of it, but no, I don't.
Okay, so let me ask you quick.
I agree with everything as far as what he was saying, as far as how the industry plays stuff. That's all facts. So,
when you talk bro, your plan, you're talking about who's selected, who's the next one up, who are they going to push? You know, at one point they were pushing Jonathan Majors as the it boy for Marvel or whatever. And then he fucked it up, and then he's gone now, right? So next, so he was the next one up, you know. He was the next 50 or the next Eminem or next. It's just the way that the business works, you know. If you think the music industry is a meritocracy, I'm sorry, but you know, it doesn't really work. No,
living in a fantasy. Big salute to Dusty Wallace. I seen jumping in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Dusty Wallace.
Let me ask you also, you know, because of the dealings that you've had with Kendrick, do me a favor, AGB, mute your mic for a quick second.
Got you.
I think that might be giving me the feedback. Yeah, there we go. Let me ask you right there, quick, fast. What's your thoughts now on this whole Kendrick Lamar and Drake going back and forth and the outcome?
I mean, I think it's good for hip hop, you know. Because it's been a long time coming. They've been sending each other like subliminals for, I don't know, like a decade now. So obviously, you know, every time, you know, anyone wants to increase their market share in hip hop, they're gonna diss Drake, and they're lucky he'll diss them back, you know. But these are just the two titans going head to head, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, I mean, you know, the thing for me is you know, his whole, you know, Kendrick's whole brand is built on like how real he is and like how much he reps for the people and stuff like that. But if you realize that, you know, that's part of his branding, his image, his facade, that's part of the industry narrative, it's like it takes a lot away from, you know, how you vibe to his music, because it's like all contrived still. So, but I mean, he's still a talented dude, and it's going to be good for hip hop to see them go at each other. So we'll see what happens.
Now, but the thing is, with everything that you've been explaining with this whole thing, right? Drake has been talking a lot about contract shit. You know what I'm saying? Been on his neck about Top Dog controlling his moves. As somebody who's dealt with him now, you know, on a contractual basis, all that type of stuff, how much of that stuff is true?
I mean, if you, I don't know. I mean, I've spoken to Top Dog on many occasions. I mean, like, he really is sugar-free Suge Knight. Like, that's his whole situation. His whole situation is coercion, leverage, you know, manipulation. But I mean, that happens all the time in hip hop. So it's not something special. But you know, yeah. I mean, they run shit like the mob. I don't know how else to say that. You know, it's like he sees himself as the Don, so you have to treat him like the Don. That's it.
Facts. Well, listen, man, what you got coming up now? And like, you know, you've been out here. You're still putting out music.
Yeah.
What's coming up in the near future?
All right, now I have I'm negotiating a deal for some reggae projects that I have coming out, because I've always been doing hip hop and reggae since my first album, you know. And then, you know, I have some stuff in the bank, and you know, but you know, there's other ways to make M's that, you know, I'm pursuing as well. So yeah.
Well, listen, what we got to do, we got to do an official Jonathan Emile interview where I get your life story and like your musical path. You know what I'm saying? Like a real interview, not one of these popping on lives type things. You know, these are cool, but I want to be able to get more in depth.
Yeah, you gotta get the whole detailed story.
Yeah.
We'll do that at some point, but I appreciate it. And yeah, like when the album, when we're doing a rollout, I'm gonna hit you up first and let you know what I want.
Okay. No, thank you for popping in on this, fam. It's it means a lot, bro.
All right. No, I appreciate you guys, everything you do, you know, like conversations about the culture, you know, the politics, where we're at, you know, just north of the border. So, you know, it's wicked. I appreciate it.
All right. Respect, my brother.
Yeah, man. Love.
Big salute to Jonathan Emile.
Yeah, that was a dope guest Friday. Let's go.
Yeah, man. Like
your cat too.
Big up to Randy. You know what I'm saying? Somebody on the HB wants to know, is that Rory from Joe Button podcast? He's talking about you.
I'm aware. I read that comment before.
That's hilarious.
I you know, maybe low key I am. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe one of Rory's distant brothers.
Maybe we have like a relative somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta go check your ancestry.com.
Maybe. I got a big family too. That's the thing. So it's entirely possible. I have a bunch of family in the States that I don't know. So maybe. I don't know.
So what are your thoughts, fam? Like he broke down what was going on. You know, salute to Hello Yassine for that video that he did, because that's really put me on to homie. Like, holy shit, like this guy got screwed over, bro. Like, you hear what the man said. He had the song up. And he didn't even have to take it down. They took it down. The label took it down.
Crazy. The Hello Yassine video is definitely what put me on to his story. Like, I'm trying to think, had I heard it mentioned like as a rumor before? I feel like maybe I heard it as a rumor, but like nothing where I was gonna put too much into it. But that like video definitely did it. To have that happen, like that's crazy, bro. That's what I've heard that happen a lot in the rap industry. I'm sure you have too, bro. Artists like operate with like, you know, a good business management sense. Usually they just want their bread and like, you know, they'll be off with it.
And another thing, even when it comes to this, it's not only that you know, he went up against Top Dog and them, and you know, he just ended up getting the short end of the stick. He won his court case. You know what I'm saying?
No, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. I feel like,
and he sued Top Dog and them. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he sued Top Dog and those guys because he made the deal with Top Dog, and then they got Universal involved to do the muscle for them. But when he made the deal with them, this is way before he was apparently signed. But if that's not the case, Universal can only step in if he was already signed.
Well, yeah, or if they were working with them in some capacity. They don't just go, here's a random artist we have no affiliation with, let's help him out for charity. Like, they don't do that. So for sure.
Yeah. For
So,
them
like,
to even be able to take down the song.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be created pre him being signed to Universal. Something's fishy about that. You know what I'm saying?
So it was definitely before he was signed to Universal in some way, shape, or form. He was working with the labels. Like,
yeah,
who knows exactly what it was, but like we said, they didn't do it out of the goodness of their hearts.
He was signed the whole time, basically.
Like, you know, these are music labels. They're not like, it's not like the nicest people in the world. You know, that they want their bread. So
Yeah. Gucci Go said he said he got zero bread though. No. Yeah. You know, he was able to put the song back up so that he could make money from the song. However,
I think having the song back up's worth more than like, what are you gonna get your 10,000 back plus what? Like, realistically, you know.
no, but bro, the song died on the internet, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I could pull up the song right now, the music video for that, and it has Kendrick Lamar on it, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but like I said, bro, they probably blacklisted or fucking what do you call it? Shadow banned.
Watch the language. Keep going.
Yeah, they probably shadow banned the song just so it wouldn't get all the normal push that like you would get off a song like that on top of it, you know. But no, what they did is crazy, bro. It's not out of the norm in the music industry, like it happens all the time, but it's crazy for someone like that.
This one is dedicated to the murderers ready to.
Look at the song right here. It has Heaven Help Them featuring Kendrick Lamar, 5.6 thousand views 8 years ago.
I thought it would at least have, I thought we were talking like maybe like tens of thousands. That's crazy.
Dude, it's Kendrick Lamar, one of the big three. That his name being on the title of that song alone on YouTube should send the algorithm crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact, especially that it's not fake, like it's legit, it's original. Like, yeah, bro, like
you have a real Kendrick Lamar feature on your song.
Like just doing that. Okay, let's say 8 years, like you pay for that, and you get like worst case scenario, like it's a trash song, but you have Kendrick on it. You're still talking a couple hundred views a day.
Yeah,
for the entire time probably. You know what I'm saying? For 8 years.
You might have something. You might be right about that shadow banning, because even now, Kendrick's name has higher SEO probably than ever. And you're telling me that this is not increasing in views?
Yeah. Well, you're telling me if me or you right now did a song with Kendrick, and even if he went through all that stuff, like, and we just put it out, like just having his name on it without like anything else going on, it's not gonna like start gaining views and like slowly go up. Like,
he should re-release it.
Yeah, he should figure out a way to do something, get it on a bigger channel or something like that. Because with this, what it means is it's not like when people like are searching his songs, Kendrick's songs, they're not getting this recommended to them. It's
yeah,
out of the recommendations. You know what I'm saying? So only the people who know it are searching for it.
I'm not even gonna dare to play any of this right now.
That's horrible that they did that to him, though. I hate shit like that.
Yeah, man, and that's right there from our hometown, from MTL, bro.
Yeah, I know. and he's still got like these are Montreal, like these are good Montreal numbers. You know what I'm saying? But not when you have Kendrick on your song.
Not with Kendrick Lamar, man.
Yeah.
That should have at least 250,000 views on it, bro.
This might be a good subject for Friday. You know, maybe bring him on, maybe talk about this. This is interesting, my guy.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Somebody's saying right here, so for all these years, can we agree that Kendrick Lamar has been cooked up? The numbers and the results aren't adding up. This Drake Kendrick Lamar beef is overhyped. Somebody else is saying here. Yeah, it is kind of overhyped. But yeah, I do see something about this, the numbers being cooked up thing. Like if the man has something that's up there and he doesn't push the button on it, they don't get the same amount of views.
And we all know that these labels are, yes, a lot like an artist like Kendrick is getting views. We're not going to sit here and say he's not getting a lot of views.
Yeah.
But let's say he gets 1 million views and they make it look like he gets 2 million views on something. Are labels doing that? Yeah, fuck yeah, they're doing shit like that.
Yeah, but every label, they all do that.
Yeah, 100% they all do it. And they're also like, they'll buy promotion or they'll put it on playlists, or there's 100 different things they could do to get it views. You know what I'm saying? That if you don't have those things going, you're not going to get the views.
That's facts. I'm gonna wrap this up here. I'm gonna go over the poll here. I asked.
You hit 3 hours, bro. That's crazy. I haven't seen you hit 3 hours in a minute.
I know. It's probably because I don't have the 4K hooked up to die on me and stuff. Usually I see that overheating thing start happening after, and I'm like, all right, time to wrap it up. But from the poll that I'm seeing here, it says, is Kendrick Lamar an industry plant? 43% says yes, and 57% don't believe it. Okay, they say no. You know what I'm saying?
I guess it more just comes down with him what your definition of because I know not everybody considers the same thing an industry playing, you know? And I think with him, it's like he's sort of on the borderline where some people are going to say yes, people are going to say no. And I think the poll says that because it's pretty close.
Yeah, straight up. We're gonna wrap it up though. Big salute. Thank you for holding it down with me for the second half of this, man.
No, worries. I had nothing going on, so I decided to pop in when you said it was an open live. So I got you, bro.
Yeah, man. Listen. And to anybody who taps into any of these lives here, there's always a link at the top of the chat if y'all want to jump in, throw your 2 cents into any of these conversations that we be having over here.
Yeah, more of the guests got to come in, bro. It makes it fun like that. Some of the other channels I'm with, like a lot of the guests tune in and like, don't be afraid to come in and have a conversation. As long as you're not coming to do something crazy, you don't really got to show your face if you don't want to. Not everybody.
Yeah.
Camera. But what I will say is for most people, if you just use your phone, your phone's camera and mic are like, you're fine. Because the camera and mics on phones are so good now, like you'll be blessed.
Yeah, I used the phone the other day on Stars live, and I came through crisp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
man.
I do it quite a bit. I mean, out there was a little different because the trains going by.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right, brother. I'll tap in with you soon. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And we'll talk on Friday.
Exactly, bro. You have a blessed night, eh? Shout out to the chat. Hold it down, everyone.
Salute. Big salute to AGB. You know what I'm saying? Big salute to y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up for the night. We did a 3-hour live today. I had to get to the bottom of this whole thing with the Kendrick shit. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to make sure I spoke to the person who was making the allegations. You know what I'm saying? So big up to Jonathan Emile, and big up to the whole chat, man. We'll be back in a couple of days. New episode on the way, and look out for that Roni interview tomorrow. We off this. Deuces.